T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it begins.
Baby, I don't give a fuck who's on this show, bro. Kylo all day. I don't give a fuck, bro. Kylo is all day, man. I got
like her. I don't want you smirking at shit because you didn't see anything to begin with. So shut your ass up.
This nigga, yo, you constantly do that shit.
At least we actually watched the fucking
I
episode.
don't give a fuck.
Eso fue lo que sentí. Todavía siento odio por Hayward. Espero que en el último episodio de la nada llegue alguien y lo apuñale. Eso no. Como que.
¿Cómo se dice, puñeta? Bad taste en película. I admit it. Yo digo que I love watching bad movies on a
Oh,
Sunday.
I love it.
Está cabrón. That's one of my favorite hobbies.
What's up, everybody? It's Sunday, the After School Club, the best fucking podcast in the multiverse. I'm your boy Lex. I'm here with Deke and Orengo. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Oh, good.
All right, so yeah, Miguel's on his way. I guess we all forgot, me and Miguel, daylight saving times. So Miguel was like, "It's 12 o'clock. What the fuck are you guys doing?" I was like, "It's 1, bitch. What you doing?" Right? Slip. Miguel is on his way. Today we're mostly gonna be talking about Eternals reviews, talking about the success, what we thought, what could be in the future. But before that, we'll talk a little bit about some other stuff in lo que Miguel and Sally gets here. We could talk about a little bit about Stranger Things. Did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think about the trailer?
They grew up.
Yeah.
Dude, they
Real
just
fast.
dieron el jalón. El último jalón lo dieron en ese season. Yo me quedé con wow. Oh my god.
Real
¿Estos son
fucking
teenagers o
fast.
son universitarios?
Ya son universitarios.
Por eso.
Yeah.
How old are these kids? Like, or not the characters, like the
In real
actors.
life?
Are they all
Probably
like
like 18 or 19.
19?
Yeah. Sí. Ya están ahí.
Jesus fucking Christ, yo! Like the growth spurt, especially for who the fuck was it? Will.
Yeah.
Yo, Will looks fucking long as fuck, yo.
Yeah.
The fucking, how you call it? For me, Sadie kind of looks the same.
Mm.
11, like that little chick, I guess because she puts a lot of makeup on, she kind of looked mature, even like 1 or 2 seasons back. And shit.
Pero a mí me confundió un poco el trailer porque ya se parecía a la mamá de Will. O sea, el mismo estilito de pelo. Y yo como que por un segundo dije que hace la mamá de Will en escuela, como que Stop Being an Helicopter Mother. Y de repente cuando yo miro es 11 y yo, oh shit.
It's like the 80s aesthetics, so she
Yeah,
just
I
looks
know,
like an
I know,
80s
but
girl. Yeah.
Where and I forgot where, but in the world of Stranger Things, where do the kids originally live? Are they in just another part of California, or are they in a different state? 'Cause I don't remember.
Indiana? No era.
Indiana, exacto.
It's
God
Stranger
dang.
Thing Land. Stranger Thing Land.
Shit. So
Sí, pero
California-
Indiana Hawkins.
Spielberg World.
Hawkins.
I don't know.
Es
Goonies
Indiana
Place.
Hawkins.
Exacto. Eso mismo. Indiana Hawkins. Whatever. What sounds 80s to you and very sci-fi. Eso. Sure.
Hawkins and yeah.
Ellos se mudaron a la urbanización donde vivía el nene de E.T. No sé si se dieron cuenta.
Full. Y al otro lado
Ok, ok.
estaban los de Super 8 de J.J. Abrams.
Exacto. Ellos van a chocarle realmente en el penúltimo episodio.
Y cada vez que iban para el train se encontraban con los de Stand By Me. O sea,
Yes.
Did they
Yes.
say at the end of last season that they were moving to California? That
yes.
shit
Por eso es
just
que dice
slipped.
Welcome to California.
Yeah, that shit just slipped my mind. I was like, holy shit, they went all the way to fucking
Because
California.
the last season was like 2 years ago. Or maybe more. Fue hace tiempito ya. Por eso es que
Yeah.
ya tu memoria está fuzzy de qué caramba pasó.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
remember what happened.
I remember like the very end, them leaving 11 reading the letter, but I didn't remember exactly where they were moving. I thought that they were just like moving to the city part
Mhm.
of fucking where they was at.
Yeah.
O sea,
And they didn't say Go ahead.
lo que Sari nos envió estaba súper cool. Lo de que es como el mapa de los que cuando te ibas a los restaurantes en los 90s, ese mapita se ve súper brutal. I'm like, awesome. Esa les quedó chévere.
Yeah.
1986, right?
Probably.
Ya la serie va por eso. Yeah.
86 is where it's at.
Que llegue a los 90. Esa es la meta ahora. Llegar a los 90. Somehow.
Did they say that this is going to be the last season, or did they say they were going to do another one?
Que viene.
Oh,
El que viene is the next one.
okay. So
El
viene
que
el
viene
quinto y ya. No, wait.
Y ya, es como que. Please.
Okay, so 5 total.
Es que yo creo que genuinamente ellos habían dicho que son los 90. So, ya después de como de toda la era de 76 hasta llegando a los 90.
So they're
Y
gonna
ahí
do,
es que empieza That's 90's Show.
Sí,
Está
sí,
conectado.
está todo conectado.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I cannot fucking wait for that show.
Bro, yo quiero ver
I
ese show.
am so fucking happy. I got so happy when I read that shit. That it's gonna be literally about Red, like a summer vacation where what you call his kid, and it's just that's the only character I want to see. Red and fucking Kitty. That's the only ones that I want to see. And in '95, the year of fucking Power Rangers, I was like, yes, bring this, please bring this. I can't wait because it's funny because I used to like the show a lot. Let me wait up. Let me add this fucker.
Oh,
look at this
morning,
guy.
Sweetie.
Didn't know daylight savings was a thing.
I live amongst
Did you
royalty.
sleep well?
Exactly.
I live amongst royalty in USA. We actually take that into account. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck out of here.
Pardon me, like Orengo said, pardon me while I bask in my ivory tower.
Exactly.
You know, like,
we were just now talking about the
Fight?
70s. No, that 70s show sequel.
The
The 90s show. Did you ever watch the 70s show? Were you a fan of that show?
what show is that? The show that gave birth to Ashton Kutcher, fucking Topher Grace, and of course I watched the 70s show. Who the fuck didn't watch? What type of fucking
I bet you we can.
type
There
of
you
pluma?
go. There you go. There you go.
Que hay que poner un clip de Red diciendo dumbass. Ahora, ya ahora en adelante.
There you go.
No,
Bro.
seriously, you never saw the 70s show?
Of course not.
Maybe you know what it is. Maybe we're showing our age. Orengo's younger than us by like a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Damn, he said that with a lot of pride.
Yeah.
Of
Bro,
course, you fucking old geezers.
Orengo is literally almost 10 years younger than me, bro.
Exactly. So we caught the beginning of that show. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he didn't really.
Wait, do I really look 25? Because now I'm going to be very happy about that.
How old are you, Orengo?
No, bro, you look
Of course,
25,
they was the only one that was like, pause.
How old are you, Orengo?
So I was like, get the fuck out of here, yo.
Orengo, how old are you?
Guess. I'm going to make you guess.
If
got
you're
three
making the
guesses.
joke about you're not 25, then you must be like 30,
He's like
Okay,
43.
wrong. That's the one.
43. What a dickhead. What?
Orengo
No.
is 43. He has one of those faces that he's
That's
old as
wrong
fuck.
too?
We just don't know.
Are we
bro.
counting that
Hold up.
one or?
I don't believe he's 40. I don't believe he's 40 because I somebody made a comment like your dad was a teacher at one
Yeah.
right? Your dad
Yeah.
was also an instructor, something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think, and he's still alive. So I'm like trying to gauge that. I don't think he's like.
I remember seeing Orengo's fear when he said like, "Wait, Orengo," and that person like the fear. I was between. I was like, "What is going on, Orengo?"
Yeah, because en el Luzca, there was a person who was giving like a conference y a lo último alguien dijo mi nombre, alguien agradeció que yo estaba allá arriba y entonces el tipo dijo Orengo y yo, oh God, el hijo de Orengo y yo, ajá, yo conozco tu país
Oh shit!
y yo, oh my God. I'm like,
And I got something to say to you. Like,
no, it was all positives, thank God. But yeah.
You were like, your father flunked me. I can start catching it.
I've actually had people that tell me to like, Orengo, like your father, he failed. No,
your
that's
father,
never happened, actually.
your father crushed all my dreams.
Surprisingly, my dad is one of those weird teachers that people are like, he's tough, but I learned.
Yeah.
Which is
Right.
weird because you would just.
No,
be
I had a professor like that, dude. Like he was like the motherfucker was literally like one of those professors that he let you know, like in this realm, I make the rules. I'm God. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. But like, I think that motherfucker literally changed my life forever. Like literally, like I walked out of there and I still like to this day I would love to send him like a fucking bottle of brandy and some because like he motivated the shit out of me. Like seriously.
Okay.
Is your father's name Moise?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Somebody follow Cine Nerds, Moise Orengo, and like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if he's related to fucking Orengo. All right.
Yo, we're live?
Got you.
We're live right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we're
are.
live.
Oh shit.
We're just
Okay.
talking. That's a clip right there. That's literally.
Thank God I didn't fucking,
Thank
go
God.
too hard.
Yeah, he was about to go on a fucking valley of racial slurs,
Wow,
just spit
that's
some
not
like
there.
unceremonious
Wow,
shit.
Oh my God.
I regret the Ivory Tower
Wow.
comments now.
Because you met them. That's the problem. You really mean this shit.
Yes.
All right,
So
so
Yeah.
all right, so yeah, let's talk some shit here. This nigga hit me. Miguel hit me a couple days ago. I guess with the Werewolf by Night shit.
Oh yeah, your boy. You got
Well-
so excited, and he saw my post, and oh my god, and he didn't get picked for the movie. I'm sorry.
And but it's a-okay because you know I'm a fucking fan of Gael Garcia Bernal.
Well, when I
was
saw
like,
the news,
oh!
the reason I sent it to you was like, I don't know why I haven't gotten bombarded with like 50 messages from Nick particularly of oh my god, Gael Garcia Bernal is in another movie, and then to be related to Marvel, like I was like, oh,
Bro,
I don't know
shit-
why Nick hasn't literally like blowed his wad everywhere.
That fucking you sent that like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know when
Yeah.
that came out. So it must have had come out when I was sleeping, bro. As soon as you put that, I was like, this guy's being a dickhead. Let me go check really quick. Yo, when I saw that, I was like, oh god, oh Bernal is in the MCU, son. I was
So
like, yo.
he's very relevant. I mean, he's an actor. He's an established actor, but I think it's just funny, like seeing all the other YouTube channels like react to him, and they're like, "Oh, his most recent movie, I think, was that M. Night Shyamalan." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Well, technically, it is.
I know, but the way they refer to him is
The
like
disrespect, son. The
yeah,
disrespect,
like
bro.
he's so relevant to us. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, I know I'm gonna butcher this. Gael Garcia Bernal. Yeah, he was in the M. Night Shyamalan movie." And I was like, "Oh man."
That man was in two films that really influenced me as a filmmaker, porque él estuvo en la de y tu mamá también en la de Amor Espejo.
Amor
That's
Espejo.
like-
Mama también is really good, bro.
He's so fucking good. He was always good. It was he was always good since he was like a young kid. It's ridiculous. But now he's getting that ese reconocimiento in Hollywood because now he's starting like a bunch of Hollywood films. Porque estuvo en Coco, Old, él estuvo
Yeah.
en,
But he
la de
was he
Jon
in an
Stewart.
Amazon series or some shit? A series for
también
Amazon?
en la de Mozart. I think it's
Yeah,
called
Mozart.
Mozart in the Jungle or something like that.
Mhm.
So ya él tenido tempito como que, being in the Hollywood machinery. So it was just
I'm not laughing at you.
sí.
No, I'm just okay. For disclaimer, and I know what he's laughing at. I'm looking to my left because my stove is on my left, and I was literally cooking myself something to eat when you guys were like, "Where you guys at?" So I'm like, I'm looking at the stove, make sure I'm not burning anything while I'm talking
all
here
we
with you
need.
guys.
Fucking aceite. Ah!
Ah!
Freaking disappear. But yo, yeah. I'm a fucking huge fan of fucking Bernal. I remember a couple years ago, it was supposed to be making a Zorro fucking reboot with that dude that just never came to fruition. I'm wondering because what I can see, I like Anthony Ramos. I think he's a really cool. He would have been a really cool addition for the MCU because he's young. I'm wondering the age discrepancy. I wonder if that's just where they're going with like a werewolf that's just older. Because Gael Garcia is not in his 20s. This dude has to be already, I would say, mid 40s, no, early 40s, mid 40s.
To me, it reinforces my theory. Yeah, only to me. God damn it. Oh, to me, it reinforces the thing that maybe they're going that whole Midnight Suns route. Because it's a Halloween special, supposedly. His movie's going to be like a Halloween special.
Mm-hmm.
And Moon Knight is Oscar Isaac. He's not a young kid.
Yeah.
Marshala Ali is not a young Blade.
Uh-huh.
If they introduce Ethan Hawke's Dracula, whatever the hell you want to call it, Like we could kind of be looking at Marvel's like version of the little version of like the dark the hell was that Mummy
Dark
meets
Universe?
Werewolf?
Dark
Yeah, the
Universe?
Dark Universe or whatever.
Or like a
So-
Justice League Dark type of shit.
something like that.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, that's how I think the route they're trying to go with it. I could be totally wrong, but I thought that's so. When I read the post, I was like, oh, okay. So I think that's where they're trying to go with this.
Yeah.
They're gonna have like dark, edgier, horror-based characters, and they're like older. They're not gonna be young kids because I think that's the other route they're going with the Young Avengers thing, introducing all these pretty little kids into like the really heroic roles, and the darker ones are gonna be like old geezers.
Pretty little kids, you said?
Yeah, Kate Bishop. We got already Kate Bishop established,
Pretty
right?
little children?
And
Tom
then
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Is it Elijah, who's supposed to be Patriot from fucking Falcon and Soul, that kid?
And then if you Wanda's kids, if you would have introduced Wanda's kids into the mix,
and Ant-Man's daughter.
it's like you know the Babysitters Club Avengers, like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm wondering because it's gonna be funny because even though with them being the young kids, Blade has to be seasoned. It can't be like an origin that he's just now starting to fight vampires. He's got to be seasoned. But Moon Knight is
funny
just
you say that.
Why?
We'll get into it when we talk about Eternals.
All right, but
thank you, Deke, for fucking racking our brains, for blowing our minds.
Bro, when I heard that shit, yo, I was laughing.
No, don't jump. All
right, we'll get into that. Before we get into Eternals, did anybody see anything this week? Oh yeah, this weekend. I know Miguel, you saw the Thieves. Army of Thieves,
Den
right?
of Thieves. That's a totally different movie. Army of Thieves.
Army. Den of
La vida
is it Den of Thieves?
Ayer.
That I'm thinking about with fucking 50 Cent?
Yeah, that's a totally different movie.
Yeah. Let's get in the
Never
second
mind.
part. But yeah, another note. What's up with fucking Army of Thieves?
Okay.
How was it?
I don't know if I just have a genuine liking for that Dieter character. Like I like him so much that maybe you can put him in anything and I'll fucking appreciate the movie. Mm-hmm. But I kind of enjoyed the movie. I kind of like it might be my guilty pleasure of this year. Like
did he direct that movie?
I don't know.
He did.
Yeah,
really?
I heard he acted and directed in the movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the movie. It plays more. I don't know.
El actor era el actor.
El actor es
el actor. Usually that's kind of how it goes.
Beautiful.
I had no idea.
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Beautiful.
I enjoyed the movie. It plays way more like a heist movie. When I read the reviews, I read one particular review, not to like single out anybody, but the review said something like this movie doesn't know what it wants to be, if it's a zombie movie, if it's a robot movie, is this there's like none of that shit's in the movie.
Without seeing it, I was under the impression that
it's a heist movie. It's a heist movie through and through. Mm-hmm. Like it only shows the stuff that's going on with the zombies to let you understand that this movie is linked.
Yeah,
I mean,
part of the universe or whatever.
Exactly. Other than the ending, because the ending is literally like the post-credit scene is literally the beginning or Dieter's introduction in the other Snyder movie. I forget the name. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. What was the name of the
Army of the Dead? No.
Yes, exactly. That's the post-credit scene.
Okay.
Is Dieter's introduction, and it basically it's funny because it did a good job of like things in his introduction are simple until you watch this movie and you realize that even the name of the store is linked back to an event of his past.
Okay.
The locksmith he was working in, the store he was working in, the name of his company is like it has to do with the movie or whatever. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the chemistry between him and that actress from Game of Thrones. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It plays like a heist movie. It's not on the level of anything like, Ocean's 11. But it's pretty cool, and the dynamic between the characters, like the dialogue and, their back and forth is pretty cool as well. I mean, it's not like it's not groundbreaking to me, but it's entertaining. It was entertaining, even for a fucking Netflix movie.
Did you like this one more than Army of the Dead?
Yeah, but like I told you, I think I like this one more Army of the Dead because to me, the breakout star of that movie. To me, I didn't give a shit about Batista's character, even though he was pretty cool. All I give a shit about was Dieter. So to give Dieter his own movie, like of course I was gonna like this one or whatever. So
I did Batista groundbreaking scene.
like,
Right.
don't get me wrong
Fucking
though.
Cabbage Patch Baby, bro.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I did like I liked it so much I can't even get the fucking title.
Heathen.
Army.
I did like
Shame.
Army. I did like
Shame.
Army of the Dead. I did like Army of the Dead because I appreciated that it wasn't just a zombie movie. Like there were things in there that were like, oh shit, what
We
the
saw
fuck
that
is going on in
shit.
this?
We saw that shit in the movie theaters. Remember,
Yes.
bro?
Yes,
We
I
saw
remember.
that shit in the movie theaters, and like half the shit that happened in that movie with the fuck.
What?
Half the shit that happened in that movie went over my head. Like we talked about how it looked like one of the zombies was a robot in the fucking casino scene, but like at the beginning, the two lights that are like fucking UFOs that like I didn't catch none of that shit the first time I saw that
The
shit.
zombies, the zombie being a robot, the aliens in the sky, the fact that some of them have blue blood and some of them have like regular blood. There's a lot of shit, like little things in there that I felt like they were world building with that movie. And will we see anything else?
There's
Well,
an
because
animated
this one,
thing that's coming. So
this one doesn't move. This movie has like does not move that narrative or that world at all. This shit has nothing to do, other than the fact that this character is there and it links up. But they show on a news report in certain scenes like, oh shit, this is happening in the United States, and they even reference to the fact of like, why the fuck is any of this important right now when we have a goddamn zombie outbreak? Like, they're self-referential, the movie. I appreciated that. Like, why the fuck does anybody give a shit about a fucking vote robbery when we got half of the world fucking going apocalypto? Like, so it's
So supposedly there's an animated series, and then there's World of the Dead, I think, coming out.
Okay.
Yeah, supposedly World of the Dead with the guy that stood alive, Omari Hardwick. So I read somewhere that I think depending on the success of Army of the Dead, we never got to see fucking Dieter die. We assumed that he died. It looked like he died, but we never got to see it. So I'm guessing, I think somewhere along the line, somebody said, depending on the success of the movie, we might see Dieter again. I don't know if it's the animated series.
Zack Snyder, listen to me. Because Miguel Rios. Miguel Rios, all the way in Florida, who has no fucking film experience, no script writing experience whatsoever, is going to give you the key to the next movie. Give me another Dieter movie where he is fighting against his zombie infection and still trying to break open more safes.
Love it.
He's counting against 2 clocks, not 1. Make that shit happen, son. You have one supporter.
Un reloj dentro de otro reloj, tú dices.
No, cabrón. Peleando contra el reloj de su vida because he's gonna get infected.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Temas que son tan deep they go over a writer's head.
Exacto. Boom. Demasiado poderoso.
I want this. Wow, bro. Watch while being inside of a watch.
Oof.
Took that shit mad literally.
Honestly, I don't think we'll be seeing Dieter again. This was a pleasant fucking movie. I enjoyed it, but I mean, judging from the reviews, people didn't like this movie. This shit wasn't a blow up. This shit wasn't the talking subject of Netflix. Everybody was like, blow me with this movie. Yeah, whatever. I believe everybody said, like, it's another one of those things you consume and forget about from Netflix, whatever.
Yeah.
Por eso yo la vi y ahora que tú estás hablando de ella fue que me acordé de muchas cosas que vi.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how this movie's gonna do. Fucking Red Notice with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and shit.
I haven't watched it.
It's gonna be in theaters.
Red Notice.
No, that's what I'm saying. That movie is not on Netflix yet. I think it comes out November 12th. But in Puerto Rico, it's in the movie theaters. It came out the same day as fucking Eternals.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Which is fascinating.
That was a smart marketing choice on their behalf.
I was like, I don't understand decisions.
As a consumer, as somebody who doesn't have a goddamn iota of experience of marketing, in my brain tells me it's a bad choice to release anything close to a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I love it how you did
me personally.
Beautiful, bro.
I assume as a consumer, like, it's bad news if you're gonna release a movie within like even the worst. If you're gonna release a movie even at the same time as the worst Marvel movie, like you're just you're not gonna get a big slice of that pie because the consumer's all gonna flood to that. To
But
everybody knows already.
I don't feel like they did that knowing they were going to make any money. They just released it porque probablemente era parte de algún contrato. Because you got 3 heavy duty movie stars que probablemente le dijeron, we want this shit in theaters. Okay, I mean, we'll throw it in there, but ya te pagamos, so we're Gucci.
Do you think they give a shit? Do you think honestly, like The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal would be like, damn, like we want our movie to do better, like maybe you shouldn't release it?
Pa esta no. Okay. I'm pretty sure they're like, we made our shit ton of money because I'm pretty sure they got really well paid en esta película y saben que como esto va a ser un bona fide success en Netflix casi por default, it'll be fine. Like, this is gonna get a lot of hits. Porque I know que Netflix is gonna market that shit out of this one specifically y por películas que menos mercadeo le dan son success stories. Everyone's gonna watch it por el mero hecho que they have 3 of the biggest Hollywood stars right now in the movie.
How did the other Ryan Reynolds movie do? The one where it was like a heist movie with all these younger actors?
Underground. Six Underground.
Tuvo un ratito. Hizo par de hits, pero no creo que fue like a big success story. Not
because I gauge other stuff. Like when Netflix kind of throws stars or what I consider big stars into a movie, like that's my metric for like I hope it doesn't do the way that movie did.
Yeah.
Because that movie on paper and the trailers, like to me, I was like, oh shit, this movie looks like it's gonna be huge for Netflix, and
it's a Michael Bay movie too.
Oh, maybe that's why it sucked.
No, bueno, I mean, pero estoy hablando de que, pero regardless, la gente consume cosas mediocres en Netflix y les encanta, anyways. Es como que.
I feel like that was a jab at my Dieter movie. Blasphemy.
No, I haven't seen it, so no te voy a decirte. I don't know. Y actually no está en el top 10, está número 8. La que está en el top 1 ahora mismo es la de The Harder They Fall, la de Idris Elba y Jonathan
Majors. I want to see that movie. I want to see that shit later today. I haven't seen it yet.
Sí, pero ya Army no.
One second, I'll be right back.
Army of Thieves.
Ya está en la 10. O sea, estuvo ayer en la 8 y ya está en la 10. Es como
todavía está top 10. Todavía está top 10. I'll be right back.
Cocomelon está top 10. Like, por esa métrica.
Hey. Cocomelon is a monster sign. Cocomelon is a beast. That shit is on every day in the house.
Full. Ellos pueden tirarse un VR game, ellos pueden tirarse un app y los nenes van a comerse todo ese Cocomelon.
Bro, between fucking Cocomelon and what the fuck is this? Blippi. There's one named Blippi Ryan. Bro, that's all day in this fucking house, bro. My fucking girls, yo, eat that shit up, bro. Eat that shit up.
Sí, por eso es que está ahí todos los días trending, pa. Never gonna end.
Pero, espera, antes de que vi esta belleza en el fin de semana, ustedes están diciendo yo vi esta belleza que está en Netflix. A ver si la puedo poner.
Tírala.
Déjame, no la puedo poner. La había bajado, pero no.
No está loco.
Déjala algo. Ah, shit.
Eso es Lex. ¿Viste a Alex? ¿Viste a los otros?
Bro, just tell me. I'll take it off, bro. I'll take it off. You need me to take it off? Let me know.
No, eso no es porque
está
overlay.
Está aquí en el
why you keep clicking buttons que no son?
Mira, está atrás de nosotros.
Está atrás de nosotros.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been doing this.
You need to remove us. Tac.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been doing this for a year.
Bro.
You're
supposed
to put it where it says overlay, not the background.
We've been doing this for like a solid year, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we're experts. We're experts at this.
Bro, put it on the overlay. Oh, okay, I see what you put.
Okay.
Lo estoy poniendo. Está subiendo. Dale un.
We make the interns at WAPA look like fucking
Ahí estamos. Dale, cuéntanos de Last Action Hero.
Is this the wait? Is this the first time you've seen it?
¿Cómo?
Bro, yo amo esta película. No.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't tell me this is the first time you fucking seen Last Action Hero.
No. Yo siempre veía esta película en Guapa y cuando pues Guapa dejó de ser algo para mi vida, yo dejé de verla y no la había visto y ahora ayer
I'm gonna say that technically this is the first time you saw it then if Guapa was your first exposure to this movie.
Es verdad porque habían partes que yo no las había visto.
That's my point. It's not the Spanish thing, it's the whole thing that there's scenes that I'm pretty sure they edited out for commercial breaks.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm getting a flashback at the villain. Is the villain of this movie from Game of Thrones? Is that Tyrion's father?
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro! That shit just.
Yeah.
Damn.
Por eso,
I remember
pero...
him taking that fucking eye out, bro.
No,
There's a lot to that
y esta
movie.
película como que there's a lot.
There's a lot to that movie.
Ellos se burlan de la acción bien exagerado. Tienen unos diálogos, tienen crisis existenciales en una parte que yo, porque esto no lo entendí, bueno, obviamente sé por qué no lo entendí cuando chiquito, pero era como que estos escritores hacen estas historias, esto es una línea de Arnold. The writers, they do stories and they don't think about the characters. Yeah, kill my kid for fun. Es como que yo, oh shit.
Bro, that fucking movie for any kid that's a fucking fan of film, yo, that shit is a fantasy, bro. That shit to
Bro.
be able to go into a fucking movie, bro.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Bro,
tell you this.
Ellos hacen
Right.
Easter egg, sale el Terminator.
Cool.
Eso yo no lo había visto guapa, pero sale el de Terminator, el que es metálico, el que se vuelve como un slime en Terminator 2.
You're talking about, yes,
Like
the
the top one?
the T-800, is that what they call it?
Cuando ellos están saliendo de la
The
jefatura,
T-1000.
él sale por la puerta y el kid hace, what, did you see that? Y yo como que, see what? Y le doy para atrás. Y yo, oh shit. It's beautiful,
Bro.
man.
Beautiful.
That shit was.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The time that movie came out, I think it was I'm not saying it's like fucking Oscar worthy, but it's extremely underappreciated for the time that movie came out. There's
Oh,
like
like-
there's tropes in that fucking movie that like till this day still ring true. Go
Por
ahead.
eso.
Orengo, have you seen that movie?
I did, but years ago. Like, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie, but I haven't like rewatched it in probably 10-ish years. 10-ish years, I'd say.
Ooh. That sounds like something for January for Cine Nerds.
Oh no, please stop. Mira, I'm just gonna say what I saw, entonces we can get on it. Pues, I obviously saw 9 Days, pero obviamente además de eso, pues I saw yesterday, porque para prepararme para el podcast, I saw the movies de Julia Ducournau, Raw and Titan.
That's only her 2 movies, right?
That's her only 2 movies. She made a couple of short films, pero pues no he visto eso. I read like synopsis para tener una idea de ella y qué sé yo qué. Raw está en Netflix, todo el mundo la puede ver, no hay problema. Titan pues está en
Just came out.
en
¿no?
VOD.
Fine art.
It's on,
Ah,
no, it's
okay.
on VOD. It's on VOD.
Oh, okay.
Pero son accessible, pero pues una es más accesible que la otra, obviamente. She's a director. She's if you're into body horror, if you're into those type of narratives, you're gonna love the shit out of her. Porque su primera película is about cannibalism, and her second movie, I don't even want to fucking spoil it, porque honestamente that's like the hook that hooked me in the movie.
Bro, that shit is so fucking bizarre.
Yes.
That,
Raw
like,
or Titan?
Titan.
Yo digo
Okay.
Titan. Yo digo Titan. full.
Titan is on some crazy shit, bro.
Yes, it is also crazy shit. Like, no quiero decir nada porque de meme,
Alright.
si sabes el meme, pues lo sabes, pero realmente no quiero decir lo que
I
pasa.
haven't seen the meme.
Y
but,
honestamente, no
I've
ves el
heard
trailer.
about the movie.
No ven
Okay.
el trailer. Honestamente, go in blind, don't see a synopsis, don't read anything. Because
Is it about body modification?
sort of, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, there is body horror in this movie as well, porque eso parece que es un tema que le gusta mucho, porque vamos a leer un poquito de su biopic, no de su biography. Y los padres eran, son doctores, so she has a fascination with the body. And she approaches body in her films como que algo bastante desensitized y desconectado.
Okay.
So it's very graphic and it's very in your face about it because it serves a purpose para la narrativa y la temática que quiere tirar en las películas. La de Raw es más cohesive. La de Titan, she goes bonkers en los temas. You know, there's like trans issues. You can argue que there's issues de familia, como tus padres influyen en la vida que tú vas a tener. There's elements of toxic masculinity, of all types of masculinity, actually, because there's a bunch of, like, it's a wider range of different types of masculinity explored in the movie. Pero es el hook que tiene la película, que yo literalmente los 28 minutos, yo escribo en un chat de unos panas, yo digo, 28 minutes in, I literally do not understand cómo esta película ganó el Palme d'Or en Cannes. Y mi pana me dice, yup, y el otro pana dice, I felt exactly the same way, cabrón. Es como que, yup, like, I still don't get it. Cuando acabé la película yo dije, yeah, I can see it.
Did Hennessy see it?
He hasn't seen it. Don't get it. He's probably gonna like it.
I want to hear what he thinks about this fucking movie.
Yo creo que he's gonna dig it, porque le gusta horror movies in general, y yo creo que this might be up his alley, y creo que con la forma que está estructurada la película, para traer los temas que trae, I think que una forma palatable para que él la dirigiera mejor. So, yeah, it's a cool movie. It's really out there. Yo quiero ver más de esta tipa. Es más, si un día por decir que le dé una fucking película de Ojola a ella, like Blumhouse style, that shit will be amazing. Si esta mujer con lo que tiene ahora hace las cosas que hace, yo quiero ver a esta mujer con chavo. Just going fucking nuts.
All right. Another rumor that I heard that I wanted to talk about really quick before we go into Eternals is I think is it this Friday that Disney Plus is supposed to have like their their fucking convention shit.
You're talking about the Disney Plus
Day? Yeah, I think it's November 12th.
Day. Pero yo creo que sí puede ser. Si no es este fin de semana es el otro for sure.
It is November 12th.
You are correct.
This Friday.
Yes,
no?
November 12th. Yes, November 12th.
Ahí está.
I'm really excited at what news they could possibly give us. The only thing that I've heard, because I haven't heard a lot, I think they're gonna talk maybe about Star Wars, obviously, at some of the Marvel projects. But I've heard something along the lines that they're working on an X-Men animated series. But they haven't said if it's gonna be a reboot or a continuation with the aesthetic of the 90s version, or if they're gonna something totally different.
No way that happens.
Why?
Because that thing is so good. You to capture that lightning in a bottle again, you would literally have to get everybody that was working on, and that was also one of the issues that killed that series. Was that it traveled through so many fucking hands.
Yeah.
That like to get everybody on the same page and correlate what they wanted as an episode structure was like it was a constant war. But I don't see that shit happening again. You could probably get like some of the writers back, but the animation team and that style, I don't think that's gonna happen again. You could probably get something like you could.
Que Hasbro Labs está trayendo todos esos diseños otra vez de vuelta a la figura.
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's a lot of moves that they're making. Like, do you think they won't try it because they don't think that you don't think that they can stick the landing?
I don't think they can stick the landing. I don't think they can stick the landing. I don't think they can stick the landing, and I don't think that you could get something to look like the original and work. And I don't think you could get those people back together again. Some of them are dead, by the way. Some of them are gone. That's another thing.
But I'm saying the reasoning that you think they won't do it is because you don't think that they can stick their landing, or you don't think they'll even try to do it.
No, too many pieces, and they won't stick the landing. Too many pieces to get together, and they won't stick the landing. Not only that, you know what I could see? I could see them giving us another one of the version they had for WB.
Evolution.
Like there was one after Evolution. There was one right after Evolution.
Yeah, Wolverine.
The team was led by Wolverine. I could see something along those lines, a continuation of that.
Okay.
But of our childhood X-Men,
I don't know if it would stick the landing, but I wouldn't pass them to at least try to attempt. With them bringing back shit like the Mighty Duck shit, like bringing back old IPs and bring them back, I wouldn't put it past them that they would at least try. To make something within the universe with a similar aesthetic. Would they stick the landing? As animation goes, we only could judge on what if, and what if really wasn't, all that. So I don't know if they'll stick the landing. But I wouldn't pass them to at least try. Wasn't there something like HBO Max saying that they wanted to do something similar but with Batman?
You mean Elseworlds?
No, there was rumors. There was rumors, and then Kevin Smith, like he always does, threw a wonderful vat of fucking gasoline on it because they mentioned that they wanted the team from the original Batman animated series, the original one, not the second one they did on WB. The Batman animated series to come back and do a continuation.
That's happening.
What are you talking about? Like confirm the same people, the same team, the aesthetic.
Pero
it's confirmed?
Was I the only one who watched DC Fandom? They talked about that already.
If you're gonna tell me, no, time the fuck out. Wait a second. I literally been saying this whole time that was a missed opportunity. I haven't read anywhere I haven't read anywhere at all.
But they said
That-
this last year and then they reaffirmed it this year.
I didn't
Y
see
está la
that.
misma. Lo único malo es que they have the same fucking picture, que es la misma promo que lleva usando Bruce Timm desde el año pasado
Yeah.
para hablar de que le iba a hacer, pero no era una continuación directa de Batman Adventures. It was going to be like, they took the idea of what if we did the Batman Animated Adventures, pero sin ninguna restricción de televisión. And that's what Bruce Timm is going to do now. Entonces va a hacerlo de época, va a hacerlo like in the 40s, I think, con esa estética.
Weird.
he's just gonna go
weird
all
version
out,
of the,
gritty.
weird version of the 40s, but okay.
Exacto, but he's going to do like the 40s, y entonces va a ser like going out there with the adult teams. He's not going to be like, he doesn't have to like dilly-daddle porque es un kid show and shit. He's just going to go all out. But he said this already. Incluso los productores eran Matt Reeves y J.J. Abrams. Eran executive producers, creo que del show también.
Did they say
Well, you have
anything
to
about
understand.
Kevin Conroy?
There was a lapse.
Huh? See, I think you do have Kevin Carl's voice too. Yeah, I think so. Sí, sí.
There was
Por lo
a
menos yo
lapse.
sé que Bruce Timm for sure está.
There was a lapse where we didn't cover a certain gap of time of information because people were busy. So like,
Pero we talked about DC fandom.
but we didn't talk about that. We talked
We didn't
about
talk
that.
We didn't
We didn't
talk
talk about that.
But they
I
didn't
don't
talk about
remember.
it. They had a panel. Todo, como 15 minutos. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I didn't see that shit. I didn't hear nothing
I
about
didn't
that
hear
shit. I didn't
nothing
see
about.
that
I'm
shit.
gonna have to go back and watch the goddamn entire fucking streams.
Yeah,
It's literally
I
just
see
like a
that
little
shit.
kid get giddy
Yeah.
over that.
All right, so yeah, let's get into Eternals. Before we get into what we think about the Eternals, from what I'm reading, supposedly Eternals is gonna be right
70
around
million.
that
70 million.
70 million.
71. Eso es lo que tenía.
71 and it being 161 worldwide.
Yeah.
I'm wondering though, they said it wasn't gonna be released in certain markets because of the homosexuality, but those are
think-
small markets, no? Those are
I think-
generally.
I think that literally today there was a headline saying they bent to their will and they're re-editing it to release it in those markets.
Really?
Ooh, if you find that article,
Yes,
please let us know.
yes,
Vete
I'll
buscándolo.
look for. I think so. Hold on.
Porque también la que hablaron y gente actually was actually applauding the fact that they weren't gonna do
Yeah.
it. If they actually bent it to do it, like that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
They are not in the Saudi Arabia. Oh no, yo sé de que obligado, pero es que since they were so adamant de que no, we're not
Yeah,
doing that.
exactly,
Screw those
exactly.
markets. We don't need their money.
Yeah, they talked a lot of shit about that.
Sí.
To
Por
go
eso.
ahead and be like, yo, you know what? Because I mean, to add a character,
Yeah.
that's gay, to give that character a family, to have him have, I think Marvel's first man-on-man kiss.
Yeah.
What in the fuck is that?
What the fuck is what?
Pues quitaron, mira, lo quitaron
That
del
fucking
market de
sound
Saudi
is-
Arabia.
Anyway,
Y creo que hay como 10 markets close to those. Obviamente no está en China, so también eso es otro problema que tiene la película. Si fuera por la cuestión de los
Can
chavos.
I interrupt for a second?
Go nuts.
So it says, and this is the direct. I'm not sure how fucking reputable. Maybe I shouldn't read this one. Hold on.
Great assault.
what the fuck?
14 hours ago, the direct, as I call it, the direct said Disney removes eternal sex scenes in international markets.
Ujú. ¿Y cuál es el source que ellos tienen?
Film has already
A lo último da el source. Si no es que lo da en medio del artículo.
Okay, but does it say it's going to remove the sex scene where it's these two, Icarus and Cersei, or does it say it's going to remove the homosexual kiss?
De homosexual que es obligado. Because obviously the problem que... Pero ¿por qué todo el mundo tiene ese presumption? We're going to talk about that. Because I don't get it. It's very confusing. Very
Yeah, because
confusing.
the sex scene and like all they did was really just give each other a kiss. That's not. I mean, I don't know how they consider sex scenes to be in those countries, but that's literally
Yeah.
just a kiss.
Yeah. It wasn't a sex scene. They were
It
just
wasn't
on top
sex.
of each other naked. Bien Hollywood tapado. Just giving each other a kiss.
So I don't know. We'll see.
And no source at the end.
Exacto.
But
So
so maybe
they
it's
they made that up on the spot. They were like, we
They-
need something. Clickbait.
14 hours. 14 hours ago.
Yeah, no, pues si no tenemos un source. Pero who knows? Maybe it is a possibility como todo, pero por el momento we can't go ahead and say como que sí, eso es lo que van a hacer. It's not true.
So I think the one actually so it's banned in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait, but I don't think it's over the sex scene. I think it's over their depiction of gods.
No, it's about the
No, it's because
Come
of the
on.
homosexual scene.
it's
That's what
the
they said.
homosexual themes.
They
Come
said they said it in that country. There's just like a
Sí,
law
exacto.
against movies where certain homosexual representation.
Let's not vamos a no tapar el cielo con la mano. Like, come on.
That's right. They
No venga a decirle esa mierda de
they-
no.
They were specifically saying you could do anything with the gods, But don't be putting those fuckers kissing over here.
Exacto,
That
gracias.
shit,
No,
bro.
claro, porque esa es la que hay. Esa es la que hay.
All right, so yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I won't say that. That's spoiler territory. So fuck it. What's
Okay.
Yo, it's wait, talk about what? Spoiler territory. Who hasn't seen the movie here?
No, pero maybe our viewers haven't seen it.
Brother,
It's only been
We don't
out.
care
It's only
about
been
the viewers. No, I'm kidding. Since when do we care about spoiling our viewers' expectations? Me and Nick literally sat here on a Sunday and spoiled 2 movies back to back, and like we literally explained it from beginning to end.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Whatever you guys want, entonces, dale.
All right. All I was gonna say is that I heard that Salma Hayek signed on for multiple Marvel movies.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering because obviously they're how you call it? They're
Kissing her ass.
No, I mean I don't know.
Because she described the process on Hot Ones as her sitting with Marvel, and it literally got into a fucking shouting match with representatives of Marvel until everybody gets what they want. So to me, that sounded like my character doesn't play enough of a pivotal role. You better start editing shit. And if you have a problem with my Spanish accent, you better start getting used to it, motherfuckers. Because I'm not changing that shit for nobody. That's
something that me and Miguel had a conversation about. And after we talk for a while, I'm gonna get into that super little nitpicking shit. That was just funny to me. But yeah, all right. I think all right. I'm gonna start off with I really enjoyed fucking Evolution of Beards.
Yes. I dig it.
I'm gonna guess because I have nothing at all.
Por eso you're like nothing.
My
smooth
beard
as a baby's bottom.
I don't know if my beard blends with my shirt and you can't see where it starts and where it ends because it's too black.
Yeah,
I look like I have a long beard. No, I'm saying it looks like it's longer than what it actually is.
Jesus Christ, the ego on this dude. Like it blends in. Give me more beard, ratings because.
Bitch, I'm talking about because it's black, you can't see it. Orengo's beard is obviously the longest of the beards.
Raz over here.
You should trim it a little bit though, but yeah.
Fuck that shit, braid it, bro.
No creo que puedo, está
bro, the
complicado.
Viking beard.
Está complicadito.
So yeah. Anyway, I thoroughly and fucking enjoyed Eternals. I went into the movie thinking that I was gonna like it, that I was just going to like it, and that was it. At the end, I found myself really enjoying the movie. I couldn't say that it's my favorite MCU movie because it's not, but I could put it right there around. I think it could be number 5 for me, number 5 or number 6 for me.
What's your number 5, top 5 then?
I think my top 5.
I feel like we've done this several times already.
My 5
is
Endgame is my favorite, and more than just the story, it's just the culmination of everything.
Cheating.
But it's a Marvel movie.
It's not my top 1. That's not my top 1. So
for me, it's my movie. For me, it's the culmination of the time, like 10 years invested in the fucking universe to see everything in a movie. For me, that I felt like if Endgame was the last Marvel movie that we ever got, I would still be pretty happy with how everything ended. I felt like in a lot of movies they don't tie enough knots, and like we saw it really, really like I felt like the ending for everybody. For me, it was a success. I'm just hearing superheroes. They were Latino superheroes.
We're getting there.
We'll see.
Slowly.
Yeah, for me, it's
wait for Blue Beetle.
It's Endgame, Endgame, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and I think number 5 for me is probably is between Eternals, and I'd probably say wait up.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oops, Sally.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
Going out.
Oh yeah, and so my 5th would probably be between Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and.
How do you do that with your mask, Sully? You suck it in and then.
But it was me, Theo. No, I'm heading home and I'll be in the episode.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
See you soon.
All right.
Anyway, check what's up. So you can, I don't know, love me or hate me. So bye.
Okay, so everyone who's in the Patreon WhatsApp, you can check it right now and We have a Patreon, guys.
It was
Patreon. Si ustedes
funny.
quieren ver las conversaciones privadas, join Patreon.
Yeah, no, it was funny because she was watching the UFC fight with me and Miguel last night, and while we were watching it, she turned to somebody.
What a fucking horrible human being you are, Sully.
You saw it, right?
I just saw it. Yeah.
She turned to the side and was like, "What? We're gonna play D&D? Ah, yeah, fuck it. I don't got nothing important to do tomorrow." And people was like, "Really? Really, yo?" And all of a sudden, what? She's late, and this is what the fuck she's doing. Cheeseburgers and French fries.
Pasando la tropi.
Oh yeah, God, bro.
That's great.
Anyway, yeah.
That's your top 5. That's a good top 5.
Top 5.
Okay.
I think
cool.
like everything that the Russo's brothers did in the MCU was like my favorite. Like I feel like they had the golden touch with that. And then for me, it was just similar. The Guardians of the Galaxy was an IP that I never knew anything about, any of the comics. Like I went in there fresh, just like Eternals. I didn't know shit about any of the characters, but it felt like an ensemble piece to me.
Shit, Jesus Christ. I'll be right back again.
Liked it. Because shit is burning, crackling. He's gonna come by looking like fucking Two-Face when he comes by. Anyway, but yeah. So it really surprised me how much I really dug it. I think one of my favorite things about the movie is because in this ensemble cast, there's so many characters. Like each one of us could talk about who's our favorite, and it wouldn't overlap. Like our favorite character, like everybody had a character. My favorite character was Druig. To the point where I loved the power. I loved like how he was the first one to say, you know what, I liked his struggle when he was like, if I wanted to, I could stop the violence. If I chose to like meter in the fucking problems, I could do it. But not having the ability to do it, not because I can't, because you're telling me that I can't, because my religion, the belief that I have in this fucking Celestial is making me like not do what I think is morally right. It's gotten me to the level when I'm like, fuck all y'all. And if to me, it felt like I held like, I feel like that was a little personal to me because I remember experiencing that with my own like religious beliefs, with my own family's religious beliefs and shit. Like when you're a kid and you grow up, you don't necessarily question those beliefs because it's kind of like, you know, you're indoctrinated in it because your mother, your father, your grandmother, like if you're in that world, they all believe in that, but there's no questioning it until I got to a certain age and I started questioning it. And like, why do I believe in this? Because you believe in this? And like certain, obviously, you know, certain things don't match up, at least to me. And whenever we talk about Marvel heroes, like I'm the first one, like, I think Thanos was right. I don't think Hayward was the fucking villain. Like my morality is kind of ambiguous. So the way I see Druig in it, I really felt a connection to that character. On top of the fuck is that, man? I asked her why. She said it was those tight bodysuits. What the fuck?
It is. It is though.
Like, I really like the moral ambiguity of fucking Druig. I like that he was the first one to stand up to everybody else's beliefs and shit, and the first one to also leave. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't like this. I'm digging this. I felt like he was the first one to kind of, in a way, evolve past what his responsibilities were. So that's why he's my favorite character.
Okay.
The movie, obviously, I mean, it's funny when people say the movie is not perfect because there is no perfect movie. You can't ever say, oh, this movie's perfect. Every single movie that has ever existed is going to have mistakes, whether it be acting, script, directing. There's always going to be something that you can nitpick or that you can shit on. For me, though, as Marvel movie goes, when people were like, okay, it feels a little different to a Marvel movie, before that, I was like, yeah, whatever. But after seeing it, I was like, okay, there is a formula, but it does feel a little different to the generic Marvel movie. I like the attempts, like what Chloe tried to do within the constraints, within the box that she was put in. I feel like she really made a product to me that felt different than me seeing Iron Man, than me fucking seeing Thor. Like it felt to me like if this movie is a success, there's certain doors that Marvel could open when it comes to filmmaking. They could take more risks with the formula if this movie is successful.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next? Ultra.
¿Tú, Orengo, o yo? Es que me estás haciendo así. Yo pensé que estás alzando el dedo, como que...
No. Yo hago así. This
Ah,
is
okay.
you.
Okay.
Dude, like, etiquette. This is one thing. This is another thing, bro.
Ok. Estamos hablando de nuestro personaje favorito, ¿verdad?
We're talking about your favorite character and what you like, you know, about the
Yeah,
movie.
exacto, what you like about the movie.
Pues yendo el personaje favorito, obviamente me gustó Kingo y Gilgamesh, pero si nos vamos a escoger uno, pues Gilgamesh me gustó más que Kingo. ¿Por qué?
This movie they weren't all white. I mean, go ahead.
No, fue que quería leer lo que decía.
They said, why are all the heroes so white that at times I get snowblind?
It's because of the final scene, because they were like in the snow.
Okay.
I have a question about Kingo once you're done, and I don't want to shit on that character. I just have questions.
No, share the character. Dale.
Después le quedan, pero me gustó más Gilgamesh. Miguel y yo estábamos teniendo conversaciones mientras ustedes todavía no habían visto la película y generalmente Miguel me voló con la cabeza con lo de la teoría de Gilgamesh, de cuando se fue de vacaciones para Fiji, pues me jodió la cabeza y yo como que
yeah, he told me that too.
Let's fucking talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's divert. Are you telling me basically that since all these gods they left their lasting marks on society and on cultures and religions, basically Kingo's character, he had golden fists.
Gilgamesh.
And yes, sorry, Gilgamesh. And his, I don't mean to be racially charged here, but he looked as Asian, an Asian character to me. Mm-hmm. So to me, and I saw his power structure, like I was like, are you telling me that his thing was like he basically, the people that worshipped him were the people that harnessed the power of the Iron Fist? Mm-hmm. Is that your is that his aportación to the culture? And then he goes, I went to vacation to Fiji to get away from everything. He went by himself. He didn't go with a certain character, which also has battle tactic type powers. And I was like, are you guys setting up the whitewashed hope of Iron Fist after you gave us such a great Asian interpretation? So sorry, Dick, proceed.
I like it.
No. Pero a mí el personaje Gilgamesh me gustó. Kingo también me gustó, pero I don't know if Kingo it's that, you know, como que it appealed to another side of me. Por eso a lo mejor fue que me gustó.
What side?
The comic relief side.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Say it. Explain to, because I felt like when I saw that, I was like, it's the fucking it's the how you call it, his comedy style plus he's a fucking filmmaker.
Por eso, cabrón.
But then explain it, bro. Explain. Let the people fucking know, bro.
He's a filmmaker.
Yeah. Bro.
I thought the whole thing was like he was a star, not necessarily the filmmaker.
He dabbled.
I thought his whole thing was like his banality of being a god, of everybody having to worship him, manifested itself in I have to make these films so everybody licks my balls.
No,
pero él estaba dirigiendo el behind the scenes del journey.
No, but even find that he's telling the story of Icarus. Who the fuck knows that story? He's had to at least written the story.
Even beyond all that, he had a scene con Sprite y él dijo, the reason why I got into this is because I loved when you were telling stories, and because you're a storyteller, and that inspired me.
Don't rob me of that personality of my review, okay? Just
tú te estás diciendo como que, pero why? That's why it's literally said in the movie.
But I didn't see him as the filmmaker. I saw him more as like the storyteller and the conceited god.
También, there's an element to that as well.
I think he's along the lines of a storyteller because he told the people. I think. Go ahead.
Like personalidad. Las personalidades de ellos, por ejemplo, ellos dos también eran powerhouses dentro del equipo, porque Kingo no era un pushover, o sea, Kingo tenía los poderes de disparar, pero ¿qué pasa? Este cabrón Gilgamesh se quedó cuidando a Angelina Jolie y como bregando toda la situación aparte, y estamos tomando como que este personaje es súper fuerte siendo como un caretaker. So, esa parte de Gilgamesh me gustó, y ahí sale la línea de when you love something you protect it. Entiendo que eso aporta mucho a la historia y entiendo que el personaje pues, por eso fue entonces Kingo, en el caso de Kingo era como que este tipo es un vacilón y todo, pero al final de cuentas como que él tiene él idoliza a Icarus como un amigo, y por eso es que en la batalla final él dice fuck this shit, I'm out, y no se tiró el Han Solo y llegó piu, 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 de lejos a salvar la situación. Es como que el cabrón genuinamente dijo, para el carajo, yo no me voy a meter en esta pelea.
I really like that. I really like that he did that.
Por eso ya estamos tan mal acostumbrados a las películas que yo estaba como que he's gonna come back. Y él no llegaba, yo, where is he though? Y cuando no llegó, yo como que I actually kind of admired this. Like
he stuck to his beliefs.
Yeah, he took a stand. I like how he took a stand because it's true. Like there was part of me waiting, like, okay, when is he coming back? When is he coming back to shoot Icarus out the sky? And then he never came. And I was like, I like that.
Por eso, cada persona aquí stick to what they believe. Eso es lo que me gusta de la película. Todo el mundo se quedó con lo que creía. Algunos creen en el núcleo de la familia, otros creen en sus beliefs, otros creen en su filosofía de vida. Y eso es lo que pues me gustó de todos estos personajes, porque todo el mundo stick to their guns. Aquí no hay como un personaje que tú digas como que, wait a minute.
I really liked how, and me and Miguel was talking about this, like we'll get into this after everybody talks, but I like how you can't put your finger on this is the villain of the movie and he's a bad guy. But Miguel Norengo, talk about what you want and then we'll go back to that.
This has been like, it's funny because it's a fucking Marvel movie, but like I didn't want to review this one. I gave up on it. I didn't want to write my review for the site. Like there was so much stuff. There was so much of this movie that I got bombarded with and I enjoyed, and I like, even though they lightly scratched on it, my own mind went into the thing of like, dude, this can lead to so many or this means a lot. The fact that the movie didn't like ghost or dedicate so much time to it, they just peppered it like in the movie. Like hay tanto detalle que I was like overwhelmed. Like I can't do like how I feel about this movie. I can't put it into words. Like my words are gonna fuck it up. Like I can't do it justice or whatever. It wasn't life changing, but I enjoyed the like the heavy implications of what they were trying to get at with some of the stuff portrayed by the characters. You know, something as stupid as I said that right away to Deke when I saw it. When Sprite's character, she's basically showing, I think they were from Mesopotamia. She's basically showing them the art form of storytelling, like you guys said. That to me was like, it was dumb, but I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, you know what you're trying to imply here? That this person is basically responsible for the creative form of storytelling imbued in human beings. In other words, they don't show it to you, but they're implying that, coño, la gente nunca, o sea, you never had, I want to say, like, they were never inspired to come up with grand stories of their own until they were exposed by this God. Did I do that? Am I correct by assuming that?
No, exacto, le estás diciendo bien que ellos nunca trataron de emular los sentimientos más allá de ellos. Y ya es lo que ella hace cuando interpreta todas esas cosas.
Exacto. And that's something that it might look small on the surface, but if you read deeper into it, dude, that's like you fucking introduce that to civilization. Like for the rest of our time, from that point forward, you got you got inspirational storytelling from human beings. You know what I mean? Like son cosas así, toquecitos bien zánganos que a mí me encantaron. Like Nick was saying, these characters. Oh my God, how I explain this? The dynamic of they're supposed to be these godlike creatures that are technically perfect, or they consider themselves, or the people that, or the entity that created them with this perfect purpose. And when they're exposed to these imperfect, what is categorized to them as imperfect creatures, and these imperfect creatures teach them greater themes that they weren't capable of understanding before, that like they rub off on each other, so to speak, and they're affected for their entire, existence on this earth by these creatures that are, supposedly menor que ellos. Like that to me was something powerful. Yes, we've seen it before. We've seen it before in other movies done way better. But to introduce concepts like that into the MCU, I've never seen that before. Is there any other movie that does that? Am I wrong by saying that? Is there any other movie that takes that concept of besides maybe the Vision, like the character, because these characters are really similar to what the archetype of the character the Vision is. Mm-hmm. He's a perfect, technological being, but yeah, he learns all his best traits from his humans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like besides that, I've never seen it exposed in the MCU before. That to me was like a big thing. I love the dynamic between the characters of how they learn to love each other, love themselves, and love the family, in different ways. The Fastos character to me, I know Nick is smiling because he knew I was going to touch on it sooner or later. The Fastos character to me is like check mark for Miguel. Every aspect of that character, from the ingenuity of being the person responsible for greater human advancement, and like beating you over the head with the concept of he had the best intentions of giving this to humanity, a gift to humanity, and humanity used it basically to destroy each other. You know what I mean? Or to fuck it up. Or he has that responsibility of, like they show in the movie, today I could give them the fucking steam powered engine. But if I give it to them at this point in life, like they'll literally fucking careen into disaster. So I'll give them the plow, which will help them advance forward. Like that scene to me, like I was like, oh, I love that. The same character that gave up on humanity and fell in love with them again when he was exposed to being a father. Like I'm still getting choked up about that. Like like as I speak about it, that to me hit super hard home. There's so much in this movie, dude, that I think they do right. I just think that, like, maybe Marvel did themselves dirty by, like I told you, preconditioning us to what their formula is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, like the movie, I understand how the movie can't go as deep as it wants to go, because if not, you literally can't slap the Marvel logo on it because it'll be something else completely. But at the same time, I think it succeeded. Like it did all these deep things deep enough to still be acceptable by a Marvel fan base. You know what I mean? Or by at least a portion of the Marvel fan base.
I mean,
like I sometimes, as I was watching this movie, I wanted to be like, okay, para esa gente estúpida allá afuera que pues they don't grasp the concept of this movie. This movie is basically what happens at Thanksgiving when you talk about politics and God. Like, it tears your family apart to the point where a fucking deity comes out of the ground. I might literally fuck up Thanksgiving for everybody. And your family gets segmented into, coño, don't treat her like that. But I can't fight with her because she's also right. You know what? I'm going to take a step back because I can't literally choose a side between my mom and my sister fighting. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like it
I
works.
love that about that. Yeah, I love that. Like,
o te tiras un Kingo o un Icarus. Obviamente te vas a tirar Kingo.
like it works. It works. And all of the plights of these characters to me also work, dude. Like you said, Druig's thing of having this power of being able to literally stop anything that was going on. But yet he's told your purpose is to not meddle in their conflicts because they have to grow from their conflicts. And he's like, but why? I don't understand why you would let them slaughter each other to pieces for the sake of proving a point. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit to digest in this movie. I do agree that some stuff kind of gets hand-fisted in there. Like I kept thinking about it and what's the little girl's Sprite's vomit near the end. It works, but it's like literally like I wish they would have explained that a little bit more. They pepper it in there of how she's stuck in a child's body and, you know, humans will never fall in love with her. She's being tortured because she can never express, you know, sex, her sexual feelings or falling in love with somebody that's technically her age because she's trapped in the shell of a child. You know what I mean? Nobody will, no adult will ever look at her like a woman, like a grown woman. And she herself probably battles with the morality of she can't express her love towards a child because she's technically 5,000 or 6,000 years old. Mm-hmm. And she herself feels morally abrupt of like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like
she can't even go on half the rides at Universal Studios.
Right. Thank you for dumbing it down. Anyway,
No, me imagino que ese era el issue de ella. O sea,
Ya, ese era el issue primordial.
Yeah, bro.
Like-
Thank you, Lex.
like that shit really works for me, but I do admit that like you touched it lightly and then you waited till the end of the movie for her to vomit it out her mouth.
Mhm.
You know, like I was like, okay, I can understand that, but carajo, like it's a minor flaw in the movie that I that's another thing. People were bitching and complaining about this movie. Oh my god, it's almost 3 hours. It was long. Dude, to me, it fucking moved. It moved. I was never bored throughout this entire movie. I was never bored. I literally, confession, in the scene where they're basically explaining everything about the Eternals, I had a cappuccino and a bottle of fucking water.
And truffles, right?
No, I didn't have any truffles. I'll explain to you in a bit. I was watching this movie. I was watching this movie, and I had to piss so bad. I ran out the movie theater. I got up out the movie theater, literally ran to the front desk. Where's your bathroom? The bathroom's on the second floor, sir. I got on the escalator. There was like a couple. I'm like, move out the way. Like literally peed with all the force I had in me to get all this fluid out of my body. Ran down the stairs, and when I picked it up, when I got back to what was going on, the deity was explaining to the girl that basically, you know, you're replicas. You're exposable. You're one of a million or whatever. So I missed that. I missed that short segment. I was contemplating pissing in the fucking Evian bottle, but
you should have peed in the cup, son.
You should have peed in the cup.
Que ahí iba la historia. Era como que tuve la decisión moral o de botar el agua o el café.
Exacto.
So I didn't. That to me means like I wasn't bored throughout the whole movie. Like I really wasn't bored. I was invested. I really liked these characters. Like the short time I got to spend with them, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, but a true fan would have pissed themselves. So I don't know how much you enjoyed the movie for real.
No,
it makes me question how much you really enjoyed this movie.
I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed this. But the fact that I almost fucking kicked somebody off an escalator because I had to pee proves it.
Violent.
The ending to me, again, I have a problem as of late with the CGI battles with huge fucking monsters, and this one didn't feel like that, even though it's kind of cheating. Because there is a CGI huge monster. You're just not fighting it. You know what I mean? Technically, you're not having a drag-out battle with me. The fact that they were having battles with other non-CGI people or whatever, like, that helped the movie a lot for me. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when I saw Shang-Chi, I was just like, oh my God, all right. He's fighting against a fucking huge CGI dragon. I was like, I'm done. I'm not entertained by this. And this movie did the whole thing. It was a family fight. It had emotion behind it. It was a culmination of literally 5,000 years of different, beliefs literally clashing with each other near the end. Dude, I really enjoyed this movie, and I don't think it deserved half of the piss and vitriol it got spewed at it online. Again, opinions are all valid. You know what I mean? Like, this is my opinion. Other people might have not enjoyed this, but I really fucking enjoyed it. I really did. Mm-hmm. I do have a problem with, I don't want to single out anybody, but I do have a problem with a certain crowd comparing it to Justice League. Because it's just like, at what point, I understand we're all Snyder fans, they love his stuff, but like, is it a necessity? As much as people try to not compare, you know what? I'm not even gonna go out that right. Anyway, is it such a necessity to compare everything to fucking Justice League or Zack Snyder's work? If you're a Snyder fan, is that the fucking magnum opus of your life?
I got a question for Orengo.
Oh no.
No.
Wait. Dejen que él se exprese primero y después le hacen la pregunta. Like,
no. It had nothing to do with the movie. It had nothing to do with that topic. Mike Stricker, he was explaining to us about the Rotten Tomatoes thing.
The what?
Question, the Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Oh, right.
The way they get the score. Is the way they get the score for the critics, is that the same way they get the score for the audience?
I do not know about the audience. Yo creo que the audience, it might be simplemente sumando el número. Porque yo creo que los audiences dan un score del 1 al 5, but that's not, o sea, that doesn't
stars.
show como que
it's stars.
It's a star system. So yo creo que eso sí está sumado.
And I wonder how many of those people are qualified. Never mind.
Si tú lees más los reviews un poquito, algunos reviews dan 5 out of 5 best Marvel movie ever. It sounds like a robot wrote it. Y también hay algo que dice worst Marvel movie ever. Y parece que robot wrote it. So I don't know. There's a lot of weird. I don't know si es que la gente pues no. They just enjoy shit and they just give it a 5 out of 5 out of just whatever y ya está. Pero tú sabes que la gente que pues simplemente ve algunas cosas en el cine, they're very either it's amazing or it's horrible. Y nunca hay un in-betweener with a lot of people. So, mucha gente se va en el flow de que, todo el mundo se va en el flow de que, 5 out of 5, it's amazing. Y después cuando ven Spider-Man, 5 out of 5, it's amazing. Y después ven Doctor Strange, 5 out of 5, it's amazing. Como que, whatever, you just like them all, that's cool. Pero que no como que no hay una métrica, no hay como que un range. It's either, it's everything's amazing, or it's
That's what I'm saying.
horrible.
Because the audience score is so much higher than the critic score. And this is not the first time that's happened. It's not even a Marvel movie. That happens a lot with a lot of other movies.
Yeah, this happens all the time. Yeah.
So I'm
Yo
like,
creo que en esta circunstancia, I think que ellos simplemente suman. Es como que, you know, 5,000 dividido entre whatever, they do that math y suman y ese es el porcentaje que le tiran.
that's what I'm saying, because like it looks like at least the audience, maybe the critics didn't like it as much.
Pues John Campia hizo como que hizo un video hablando del audience score y que diciéndote cuál es el top 12 de los audience scores. Y entonces Eternals estaba, porque ya bajó un poquito más, estaba en el número 12. You know which one is the number 1 best reviewed by the audience?
Are we talking about like every movie at all? Or are we talking about
Marvel films?
Ant-Man.
No,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
tampoco. ¿De qué está ahí? ¿De qué quieres tirar una
No
película?
volví.
¿Cuál es la película que tú
¿Qué
crees que tiene el mejor audience score en Rotten Tomatoes?
Iron Man.
¿Cuál es la película que qué?
Que tiene el mejor audience score en Rotten Tomatoes. ¿Cuál tú crees que es? Tíralo.
¿De superhéroes tú dices?
Cabrón, te dije de Marvel, sí.
De, pues, la de Into the Spider-Verse.
No. Dije
That's not a Marvel movie.
MCU.
Marvel
Be
movie,
specific,
so-
perdóname. MCU. Dale, MCU.
MCU. Ok, pues. Ok, del MCU. La...
Tira una que tú quieras.
Captain Marvel.
Winter
No,
Soldier.
tampoco. Celi, ¿quieres tirar una? Para si no decir cuál es. You're gonna be shocked.
Oh, show me your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Stop cheating.
Oh,
Dale.
okay. Why am I doing this too?
Not you. Damn it.
Not you. Celi, dale. ¿Cuál tú crees que sería el best reviewed by the audience?
By the audience,
By the audience.
Winter Soldier.
Fallaron. Okay. You're all gonna flip your shit. Shang-Chi.
Asia, oh,
Ah, nice.
Oh, that's believable.
Ajá, ese yo te la creo.
So yo capé lo que
That's
estaba
because it's the most
argumentando.
recent.
Exacto, yo capé lo que argumenté es que la más reciente y es
Yeah.
la que, porque como la de Black Widow Black Widow estaba en alta, by the way, está como en 96, algo así. Pero lo que es Black Widow y Shang-Chi son las más recientes y es como que como fue parte del drought y encima que fue parte del drought de películas de Marvel por año y pico, Shang-Chi fue la que todo el mundo fue a ver al cine, as opposed to Black Widow, que como quiera, mucha gente la vio en Disney Plus.
Ujú.
So, al ser la primera que tú tienes el break de poder ver en el cine, pues there's something to that, que quizás mucha gente se fue como que en el viaje de que coño, hace tiempo que no hubo una fucking película de Marvel, this was fun, so...
Y acuérdate, se tardaron
diciendo.
tanto en sacar Black Widow que it's not even funny. O sea,
Sí,
no solamente con la pandemia, sino que ellos
En
querían
general.
obligatoriamente sacarla al cine.
Boom.
Porque eso no pasó con otras películas.
So,
Ay,
por
no.
esa lógica que tú tienes, la
Sí.
review de Nick y de Deke sobre la película is invalid then.
Okay, that's interesting.
we're
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah, they're basically saying that movie wasn't all that good, but the fact that they hadn't gone to the movie theaters in a while and they went together as friends and
Eso
they
lo-
saw it with an amped ambiente, that affected their review. That affected their opinion of the movie.
Pero yo creo que siempre
No,
the movie
el poder
watching
con Lex
experience
afectó a mí.
afecta mucho una película as well, porque mucha gente halaga Endgame, and I think que mucho tiene que ver con la pompeadera de todo el mundo en la sala. Eso tiene que influenciar alguna. Titanic debe ser la misma mierda también, you know. These type of movies que son como que event films. Parte del evento, parte de la experiencia es. Y que se. Maldita sea, ¿por qué lo dejaste morir? Like that type of shit. Eso te pompea when you're a la sala viendo, ¿no?
Well, I will tell you this.
Okay.
I have seen. You're probably right because how can I say it? recently I've been going to another theater. The ambiente is not the same.
Okay.
El ambiente no es el mismo or whatever. Nobody gets up and nobody cheers. Yeah, basically. And like, I don't know. But I saw Shang-Chi in that theater and I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh, jumping out of my seat. I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed the movie, whatever. But I saw this one in the same theater and I was fucking amped watching the movie or whatever. But nobody was like, ah, like I literally got up. I literally looked around when the post credits came and like half the theater was gone. Nobody stood for the post credit.
A mí me pasó lo mismo. Todo el mundo vio el primer post credit y más de la mitad de la sala se fueron y I'm like, but you guys don't remember que siempre son dos. Like even I know that. Eso siempre ha sido como que el pan de cada día. It's always two, not one. Y todo el mundo se paró y se fue para el carajo y se fueron full de que se fueron, cabrón.
I found something very funny.
Yeah.
When I seen the movie, I guess to me, I didn't understand. Like, I guess the pull, the level of attraction for Harry Styles.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't understand it. I thought, okay, we're gonna see
toxic masculinity, bro.
No. I'm
toxic
saying
masculinity.
Golden. I like his music. I like his music. I dig his music. He's an attractive dude. I'm not talking about the
Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high.
I was so scared de cantar eso, no sabía si era de él.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not physically attractive as a guy. I'm saying I didn't think people were gonna be like when his scene came out, people, but like men and women. It's not like he's not. No, everybody. Harry Styles. Like,
it's not the fact. It's not the fact that Harry Styles in the movie. It's the character they gave him.
No, I'm sorry.
Bro,
you're giving too much credit.
Time out. He has the ability to put sexual thoughts in your brain.
But nobody knows that shit when they.
No. Cuando él dijo que era...
pero you put. He's a sex symbol and a sexy fucking British dude or whatever, and he has the ability to put sexual feelings whenever the fuck he wants to. Like,
I got the casting decision.
Pero no one cares that he was that character. They all saw Harry Styles y todo el mundo flipped their shit. Eso
again, maybe the fucking plebs you watch the movie with. No,
in my theater, I think it was the only one que no se emocionó tanto cuando salió Harry Styles.
Yo estaba como que
I thought you were like in my theater, somebody was like, "Puñeta, Harry Styles!"
No, mira, I'm not even fucking joking.
Yo, what?
No, pero I'm not joking when I say que. I'm not joking when I say que yo estaba en una sala donde yo tuve que mandar a callar la gente porque they were like talking shit out of their asses and reacting to every single thing that happened in the movie. Y fue como que, like, shut the fuck up. Y a lo último, no sabía ni de quién era la voz al final del end credit scene de Jon Snow. Y no sé, o sea, ellos como que, oh, Harry Styles, what the fuck, como que, y they didn't care for the character either. Y fue como que,
when we found out about
I saw it with plebs.
We found out about this spoiler before, and I sent it to Sally or whatever.
Yeah.
And Sally was like, Star Fox. I was like, Eros. Star Fox. Eros. Star Fox. I was like, God damn it. Star Fox is a Fox character from a Nintendo game. Do not call him that. And then they actually referenced him as Star Fox in the fucking movie.
Por eso, es su hero name.
Ese es el nombre de como tal, pero tienen que decir Heroes porque se va a confundir en esta era with fucking Star Fox. Porque es obvio.
Yo lo primero que pensé fue cuando lo vi, dije, why is he need purple?
Ajá.
Is he supposed to be purple? Wait,
no,
is he supposed to be
no. Okay. That character looks the way he looks because he has the deviant. He has the deviant gene in him. That's why.
Por eso también el pelo se le ve como que recién pintado ginger.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought that shit was CGI. It looked like they CGI'd his fucking hair red.
In the Marvel universe, anything that's purple is like really bad. So Grimace must be somewhere from McDonald's, like
fucking Barney, yo. Barney the Killer Dino.
Yep.
Anyways, I like the movie.
Bro.
Just in my opinion.
podemos acknowledge lo de que mencionaron a Batman y Superman.
Espérate, time out. Wait. Let Liquid do her review, let her go do the review, and then we'll talk about all the references and all the things.
There's a lot more shit that we gotta talk about.
Okay, cool. I like the movie. El libreto, pues, no digo que se sintió como un canto de madera, pero había veces que el pacing era... Tú sabes por qué lo digo, de que cállate la boca. Yo en realidad, pues, habían cosas que no me estaban cuadrando en cuestión de la manera que se estaban presentando, y era como que mucho back and forward, en que, pues, hay que ver qué pasó hace 6 días atrás, hay que ver, what happened in the past, cuando ellos llegaron, como que ese mucho back and forth, como que a veces no era que confundía tampoco, era que cansaba. Y como que no, como que get to the point, like introducelo and get to the point, and then we can get to the emergency that's going on right now. So yo diría que eso es lo único como que I didn't like it, pero the action, the visuals were amazing, especialmente el tercer acto, cuando están tratando de evitar que spoilers, que Celestial, pues, nazca, básicamente. We were making jokes about that in the theater, like, non-stop, like, oh my God, it's crowning! Y qué sé yo, se presta para esa mierda. Se presta para esa mierda, pero I enjoyed the characters, especialmente Makkari. Aunque ella no haya salido en casi, ni en 10% de la película, I don't know why, I enjoyed her character so much, porque ella estaba, no es que estaba despistada, pero ella estaba tan neutral a las cosas que she understood what her place was and who to believe and not to believe. Y, like, I believe, like, she's super smart, no solamente por todo lo que ha leído y lo que se ha jugado, y que she can be, like, anywhere in an instant. And I do love her as the speedster. Otra cosa que estábamos jodiendo mucho con la película es que estábamos poniéndola como si fuera Hotel de la Texie. ¡Ah, cabrones! Esto es D&D. Yeah. Y después que en el cine, hermano. Sí, exacto. Vamos a matar a Clarice primero, como que nice one. Estábamos jodiendo, no, que, ok, si ellos son Celestials o parte de Celestials, pues son Asimars. Entonces, este cabrón, Icarus, es fucking un fallen Asimar por el simple y sencillo hecho de que he's gonna betray everybody and whatnot. Oh. Y le estamos poniendo clases, subclasses, y le estamos poniendo multiclass. No, que si esta cabrona es un Warlock Paladin, estamos hablando de Tina, Sprite, estábamos jodiendo con que ella era un Rogue Arcane Trickster, estábamos jodiendo leyita así mismo en cine. Y no sé, como que that made it also fun. Yo diría que mi experiencia fue un poquito más fun por eso, no tan solo porque I really enjoyed the movie. Y Druid está cool, Gilgamesh, Dios mío. El único que no hizo sentido de por qué estaba ahí in the fucking first place era Kingo. Podíamos bregar sin ese personaje, porque él no hizo nada al final. Y es como que... Lo lamento. No, es que yo entiendo Kingo que hizo, facilitar un jet.
Pero eso fue...
Okay, before we get to... Let's lightly talk about Kingo and then just cut it off. What I don't get about Kingo's character is I can literally pinpoint what each character le brindó a la humanidad, and I can't figure out what Kingo's legacy was.
Bollywood, bro.
Cabrón, el entretenimiento que consumes, pendejo, eso es lo que él te dio.
No, gracias, no, negativo. Ajá, I think Sprite for that. I think Sprite for that. I think Sprite for that. Okay, you want to get to semantics? You can't film a story without a fucking story, bitch. Okay?
Right.
Your job is useless without a writer.
Kingo te daba el Whopper que tú te comes todos los jueves en el cine. Eso es lo que te da él.
Me da gracia because I did not get that from that character, and I was like, what did he portray? To me, he was without the power of smiting people. Like, he was the most conceited out of all of them. That's all I got. He was the one that was playing the role of, like, I'm the god, adore me, motherfucker. It's like, that's what I got from him. That's the only thing, his banality.
He's a fucking gunslinger.
El único que genuinamente entre todos ellos took this power y le gustó en todas sus facetas. Because all of them struggle with the powers that they had, and they struggle with seeing their humanity hacer lo que estaba haciendo. pero el único que found a full benefit to everything that he had, como que he relished the fact that he was a god. He loved saying that shit to everybody. Mientras que todos estaban dealing with that shit, él era el polo opuesto. So you have to have a character que fully embraces being an Eternal para entonces tener un contraste con todos los demás que tienen su fucking existential
threat. I understand. I like the character and I get the character, but I didn't, out of everything que todas las aportaciones, I didn't get that.
Thematically,
I know, but I'm talking about.
He was like the human one that, like, if you gave a human all these powers.
No, you're not understanding. I'm talking about from all the gods.
They left a legacy.
The gods.
They left a legacy.
What did they give to humanity? What did they give to
humanity? They all left a legacy.
They all gave something to humanity to like.
¿Qué dio Macaris entonces? ¿Cuál fue el gift? Perdona. Macaris, ¿cuál fue el gift que ya le dio a la humanidad?
About the speedster?
Yeah.
They inspired motherfuckers to invent the 20-meter dash.
You were stuck in the ship doing nothing.
Por eso, porque estás tirando la Kingo, pero la que estaba sentada comiéndose
literal, comiendo su fucking
un Twinkie.
Nada.
O sea,
bro, and my favorite character is Druid. Druid said, "Fuck humanity. I'm going into the small ass world."
Él hizo un culto.
Oh, he made a fucking cult, bro.
Didn't he do the Amish? My assumption that he created the Amish people.
My exact point. He made a cult.
Yeah, he went and he said, "Fuck humanity." He bounced. He didn't do nothing for humanity.
Espérate.
He did do something for a segment of humanity.
But that's what I'm saying.
Factos, fuck humanity.
Por eso, pero...
Sí, pero that was his contribution.
No, he didn't. He gave better contributions. It's just...
He gave atomic bomb, bro.
He didn't give them the bomb. No, he didn't give it. You obviously know shit about fucking nuclear. He gave them the use of the hydrogen particle, and then the humans used that to basically fucking make a bomb instead of curing life.
That's what I'm saying. He gave them the ability to make that.
That's what happened in real life, though.
Okay, but that's just imitating what happened. Exactly. The point is not that the humans, it's not that the gods fucked it up. It's the humans with their imperfections take gifts from more intelligent beings.
Ya yo sé lo que
he didn't give them the fucking bomb. He gave them a gift and they turned it into something horrible.
That
is the fucking bomb.
Ya yo sé lo que dio la Speedster. Ahora caen en cuenta.
Nikes.
Nike. Air Jordans.
No. Sign language, people.
Oh, that's right.
But she didn't talk to nobody. She didn't teach that.
That's true.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
How did she teach that to?
Okay, that's not mix. Una película que te escupen todo. You could have had a scene showing her doing that.
Okay, but you can't be so dense to think this fucking person has been living with humans more than 1,000 years and she's not gonna fucking show him the way that she communicates.
Pero es que it's obvio que
and she's literally signing in the fucking movie.
She left humanity.
She left humanity at a certain point. She
didn't
leave humanity from the beginning. You see, con puñeta, Orengo, no me digas que yo te tengo que explicar a ti que you see 30 minutes, but in reality you're seeing fucking more than 9,000 years.
Claro, pero...
Whoa. 2,000 years.
No, I'm kidding.
No, pero, ok, acuérdense, ellos dijeron que hace 5 centuries, ellos they didn't fight a fucking deviant. So no podemos asumir que fue 2,000 años atrás, toda esa pendeja. Hay que asumir que fueron 5 centenarios en lo que ellos no estuvieron envueltos en nada. O sea, no es que ellos pues hicieron cada una cosa, no, ellos siguieron a través de los años. Cuando se acabaron los Deviants fue que dejaron de estar en la humanidad, excepto Druid.
But that's what I'm saying though. It wasn't it that they've been on the earth 7,000 years.
Yes.
And at the 5,000 year mark, is when that should happen. So what that means is that at the 5-year mark, they all broke up. So there's 2,000 years that happened where she could have bounced. And again, I'm saying like I said, we was gonna nitpick and shit, right? I don't remember her using sign language to anybody that weren't the Eternals, and that they understood, but that they understood what she said. because she had Druid.
Okay.
Didn't she have Druid translate for her?
Yes.
No, porque hay un
habla con ella también
que está traduciendo lo que ella dice. Por eso,
Ella
not only
escuchaba.
not only that, you didn't see half of them do the stuff that they inspired. Throughout that, you didn't see them
But you at
inspire
least saw
Greek mythology.
something.
You didn't see them inspire
No, pero
Greek
yo estoy
mythology. But by the
asumiendo,
end of
estoy
the
No, porque
movie,
you
porque-
didn't. Of course you
okay,
did.
but by the end of the movie, they're giving you references of basically everything they inspired throughout culture, and you don't see that.
But where
you don't see
is
that with
her contribution being told or being shown? Porque con todo el mundo this is a movie for idiots. Yo estoy esperando que me lo tengan que enseñar o decir, because that's what they did with literally everything else in the movie.
And
So
they did it
if
with
they
her.
did not show it, está bien, yo puedo asumir, because I'm a sane human person, que puedo pensar con tres dedos de frente y pensar que ya contribuyó sign language. Pero the fact that it wasn't shown, pues significa que it wasn't as something que el filmmaker purposely wanted you to think about. Que no pensaron
Pero, coño,
como que, ok, pues esta
Si
fue la
la película
contribución que
está
ella
hecha para
dio.
idiota, la película está hecha para idiota, tú me vas a decir a mí que un idiota no va a captar. Like, you literally have to handhold people to the point.
Pues puñal, sí, porque they did it with everything else. Es que I'm just dejándome llevar del hecho que la película, for every other thing, they showed it to you, or they told you about it. Pero en ese aspecto, es verdad, el único aspecto que they didn't, like, show you una pequeña escenita de ella haciendo así con una nena india al frente de ella. It's bullshit. No lo hizo, pero a mi entender, it never happened. That's how I have to take it.
They didn't show her to use sign language with anybody
Except for los Eternals.
In a successful way that wasn't with the Eternals.
Full, es que es verdad. It just
Again,
didn't happen.
I was assuming that since they beat you over the head with the subject,
Sure.
that they've literally been affecting humans and they've been contributing towards all their advancements when it's language, storytelling, fucking a goddamn engine. Like, you would assume that something so pivotal of a character, and she's been living between these humans all this fucking time, and they're all contributing, besides Kingo, they're all contributing to human advancement, that the one thing that defines this character is the one thing she's going to leave her mark out with them. And today we have, and the fact that today, like, today we have a sign language system, and this character is showing sign language to you fucking, I don't know how many thousands of years before. Today, I'm assuming we got it from her.
I mean that
like,
makes sense.
what the fuck? Like, why
for
would
me
you
that
not?
didn't make sense to begin with. First,
Por eso es que la película falla en storytelling bastante.
That's why there's little things, like for me, I might be ignorant to this because I don't know. For me, is sign language? Do the signs mean different things depending on the country where you're at? Like, is sign language in English the same as sign language in Spanish?
No.
So they came in and she was speaking English before English was invented, the language.
Yeah.
She was signing to these people. The
Eso
people
no era
that were
English, eso
there,
era Eternalish.
where she lived in Babylon, they didn't understand what the fuck she was saying.
The same way, that's fine, but the same way that languages originate from other languages throughout the years. Languages are derived from, like, let's say Spanish, French, I'm not sure all of them, but let's say correct me if I'm wrong, they're derived from Latin. Motherfuckers don't speak Latin nowadays. But our words are derived from them. Throughout the years, shit evolves.
You know what would have been cool if the Eternals actually evolved in language with the humans, porque me hace tan estúpido, ¿verdad? Jodiendo para la película. They should have been speaking a weird alien language from the beginning, and slowly they should have been evolving. Porque the fact that they talk to the cave people and they basically talk their language, pero por el lado está hablando fucking inglés, was always so baffling to me. Es como hacer una película de Jesús y de estar hablando en inglés toda la película, güey. De hablar de ¿cuál era?
Maybe it was a big. Maybe they had the elephantine testicles of saying that the divine language throughout the galactic universe is English.
Bro, it was like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. But if you tell me, I really enjoyed the movie. But if you tell me to take this movie and nitpick the fuck out of it, I can nitpick the fuck out of it because it made no sense. Not even did it make sense of them speaking English. It made no sense Salma Hayek having a Mexican accent. There's no Mexicans. There's no Spanish at that time. That accent should never have existed. Druid, I love fucking Druid. He has a fucking Irish accent.
Maybe they're the birth of each accent.
Exacto.
Maybe a Mexican accent was identified as Mexican on the region she introduced it to later became the Mexican accent.
So Celestial was like, you're gonna fucking the Mexican accent.
Maybe, but you don't understand what you today. It could be. I'm not saying this is it, but your nitpicking of it can have like an actual reasoning. Like you identify it today as a Mexican accent because that's what was taught to you throughout the years. When that accent became prevalent, it maybe wasn't labeled a Mexican accent. It was just the fucking dialect of the people that lived in that region that wasn't even fucking labeled Mexico yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
In this world, and then we're specifically saying that Salma Hayek was who created that accent. And Druig created the Irish accent.
Yes.
So then he had to have
Conor McGregor, so you can understand.
That's what I'm saying. So
let me explain it to you in temas que tú entiendes, cabrón. Okay, Conor McGregor today cusses out people in his dialect thanks to Druig.
That makes no fucking sense, bro.
Yes.
No, pero if you want to nitpick about accents, Icarus primero empieza hablando normal y después he's talking in a very heavy Scottish accent.
Scottish, mate, yeah.
But why? Because when you live a certain amount of years among people, you pick up accents.
So you mean all those thousands of years when he was living in the Babylon, he picked up a fucking Scottish accent when he was living with Babylonians?
Of course, bro.
But he wasn't at the end. How long does it take someone to pick up an accent when they live? Do you live 5,000 years?
Do you
live 5,000 years? Do you live 5,000 years? You live 50 at most. I know. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
Fuck you.
Let me tell you a story about, and it's not even Nick. I had a friend, a Puerto Rican friend, that started a video game stream. When he noticed that the majority, or when he started interacting with people from Colombia, from Mexico, from Vale, pues, all his fucking accent went out the window when he was exposed to what they consider proper Spanish in the term of like a year.
Mm-hmm. And
his Puerto Rican accent was gone.
That's
you're bitching. You're bitching because
where his accent went away, right? Because he adapted.
First of all, they say Puerto Ricans, we don't have an accent.
Everybody has an accent. Everybody has an accent.
You just speak broken Spanish. It's different.
That's like if you go to New York or any part of America and they say there's no American accent. We just speak American. If we didn't have an accent, then we would speak how Spanish is supposed to be spoken in Spain. But we have an accent because we changed those words. We don't say corazón, we say corazón. But what I was saying about Icarus is true. You can change your accent. When he was on the ship, he sounded like a fucking robot. Maybe he didn't have an accent. When he was arguing with Druig in the Babylon age, there was no Scottish people, and he already had the Scottish accent. So he didn't learn that accent from other people. It was just the actor slipped up with his own fucking accent. That's just the actor's accent.
What you label today as Scottish could have been an accent from years ago. You're labeling it as Scottish because it's what you know.
But he started the movie with no accent. That's what you just said. When he was a robot.
Exactly.
So then where he got the Babylonians? Pick it up from where?
Did you live around Babylonians?
So you telling me, I want you to say, you're telling me that there was Scottish fucking people speaking English in the fucking Babylonian area.
I'm saying there might have been an accent and he picked it up.
I feel the accent argument is one of those things where you're thinking about it too much.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Again, like I said, all of this is just fun shit talk. Because we can nitpick. I feel like it's a great movie. But I say if you ask me nitpick,
I'm sure people actually breaking down this movie are talking about thematics of creation and fucking destruction.
I want to do that.
Homeboy over here is talking about the guy sounding like Conor McGregor. When he talked.
I said if you ask me to nitpick, then we'll nitpick. I have a lot more shit that I can nitpick. If you want to get into it,
¿Y de dónde los tibian aprendieron? ¿De dónde aprendieron eso?
If you want to get into it, it's just like I told you. For me, we don't have it explained. But for me, it felt just weird that these Eternals were strictly created to kill deviants, but their powers are limited. Like, if you wanted to make them all-powerful beings, why did Salma Hayek only have healing? But Icarus had flight and super strength and laser beam. Like, I love the movie. I'm just saying, if you ask me to nitpick, he had to have super strength. This motherfucker's punching demons across the fucking ocean.
Okay. Todos eran fuertes con cojones. Ninguno tenía super strength.
Except Salma Hayek.
Gilgamesh era el único que tenía como que fuerza bien cabrón.
Y Salma Hayek didn't have super strength.
But it's one of those situations again, Nick, where just because they didn't show it, you assume because you basically show todos tienen un comportamiento como quien dice en común.
By the way, hay poderes que esta película no tocó. Hay poderes que ellos tenían que no se tocó en esta película.
Vamos a hacer algo. Antes de time out. Before we keep on diverging on everything, Orengo, can you give your fucking review of the movie, please?
I liked it. Let's go.
That's it. There we go. It was good. You seen that one word thing I did? That's what I thought. I had that one word.
Whatever. Just go follow us on Instagram, please. Facebook as well. We have a story. There's a little quote I did. That's what I think about.
I believe it was something about it obliterated my penile area.
Yes, it explotó el bicho cósmico. The thing is that we needed to make it more, PC, family friendly for the Instagram. So we could have put that. So no, I mean, I liked it. Obviamente tiene sus problemas. I wouldn't put it in my top 5. Yo viendo la película no se siente que es una película lenta. It moves pretty quickly lo que quiere hacer. On a plot level, it's derivative, I guess, porque es mucha repetición en cuestión de que it's just a story about bringing the gang back together. Y esa es la narrativa on a base level. So obviamente tú vas a tener escenas que se repiten because it's the introduction of a new character. Pasa something, introduction of a new character. Pasa something, they go to another place, introduction of a new character. Pasa something. Okay. Mucha gente argumenta de que, it's a different Marvel movie, es algo bien diferente, algo que nunca hayas visto. Pues, I would say, and this is going to be me being an elitist, si tú no ves un carajo más, pues this is something different that you've probably never seen before. It's not exactly something I've never seen before. I've seen it before, y dare I say I've seen it también in commercial work, porque esto se puede argumentar que es como un Prometheus type of film. Si tú quieres que por algo comercial, it is kind of Prometheus, porque es esta idea de el cuestionamiento del Dios o cuestionamiento a la humanidad y
tu propio creador.
Tu propio creador. Pero since there's a religious edge to it, y también Prometheus también lo tenía, pero por eso digo también la comparación de los religious undertones que está en la película. Si te quieres ir con el viaje, pues sure, Man of Steel, there's something akin to the idea of the God helping the humanity, pero eso es más diferente porque Clark quería ser parte de la humanidad, quería adapt to humanity y quería help them, pero he felt he was an equal. Los Eternals were there to guide humanity, que no era tanto lo que Clark quería hacer. He wanted to be a beacon of inspiration, pero he didn't want to guide humanity through civilization. Eso es bien diferente el tipo de existential dread que tiene Man of Steel y Superman versus lo que tiene, por ejemplo, Icarus, si te fueras el viaje de comparar literalmente the Superman figures que están en ambas películas. Por eso el ejemplo que tiene que ver con que, esto se parece a Man of Steel, it's very, ¿cómo se dice? Es bien...
Luz.
¿Cuál es la fucking palabra? It's very minuscule, como que tú estás comparando una cosa que no tiene que ver con la otra. Like, on a base level no tiene que ver. Me gustan los temas que toca la película. La cuestión de lo que es PTSD, la cuestión de lo que es la moralidad de que quiero intervenir porque sé que humanities could be better if I help them, como pasa con Druid. La idea de querer crecer, la idea de que no puedo, de que con los poderes que tengo aún no puedo hacer lo que yo quiero hacer, pasa. Hay ciertos personajes que obviamente se adaptaron muy bien a la humanidad, como Cersei. Cersei creo que es la más empática a la humanidad porque fue la que se adaptó con los humanos to the fullest extent.
Ella es un druid.
Exacto. La persona más cercana fue Fastos, pero realmente he like carved this little pocket in the world and he stayed there. Pero Cersei was the one that fully adapted. Y se nota porque very blatant. Like, she's on the fucking phone. She, like, enjoys every little element of humanity. Y todo lo que la humanidad ha hecho. And she kind of embraces it. Y le gusta.
I think she teaches it. Literally, that's what she teaches, humanidades.
Exacto, por eso mismo. So, se da cuenta completamente que she embraced todo el aspecto de la humanidad más que muchos otros de los personajes. De personajes de diferentes niveles de embrace humanity. Ella es la única que form the human attachment y que a pesar de Fastos, pero Fastos era, again, in its own pocket universe de la humanidad completa, ella would embrace fucking Jon Snow y también la humanidad de su. Tienes también entonces pues Sprite, que fue el personaje que yo escogí. Granted, I do like Druid and I do like Fastos, pero pues como ustedes lo escogieron, pues yo escogí Sprite because Sprite, the interesting element de ella es que ella era la única persona, el único personaje que for her being an Eternal is a complete curse. She was diametrically opposed to everyone else. Todo el mundo podía tener algún beneficio innato porque they were either big, they were mature, or they looked mature, so they could fit in society, y todos sus poderes sirven un propósito para lo que ellos querían. Con ella, todo era una ilusión, and it was literally and figuratively parte de su vida. Everything had to be an illusion to her. She created illusions to cope, and she created illusions to tell stories. Y pues como tú dijiste, su purpose in life was to tell narratives. Pero entonces, it's so sad.
She was the bard. She was the bard.
Pero she was the one that had to tell stories about other people because she didn't have any actual experiences que ella pudiera vivir donde ella pudiera contar sus propias historias. So she had to like amass other more interesting narratives que ha pasado alrededor de ella y decirlas porque ella no tenía nada que podía decir con su propia vida. And it's cool because ella era la única que, como repito, la negra no podía amar, la negra que no podía hacer nada, y tú puedes decir, pues yeah, but she could fucking, you know, be an illusion, pero obviamente, you see very early in the movie, she literally is doing that, and obviously it's not something that can be sustainable. Y because of societal norms, obviamente ella no puede tener ese tipo de relación con un adulto porque puede pedophilia is a thing. Pero thing is a thing. So obviamente ella tiene que vivir en este in-between donde she is too old for her age. Obviamente, everyone is, pero she couldn't express it como todo el mundo podía express it. Y es cool, like I said. She's the only one donde tenía el curse. Me gusta el existencialismo que trae la película, que es bien light, obviamente, pero está bien handled. Creo que el biggest grab, ya que he tenido un par de días de pensarlo, es que está con la película hasta que se recuerda que es un Marvel movie. And I think that sums it up perfectly for me, porque, and I understand it's a Marvel movie, porque I know I bought a ticket y dice Marvel Studios Presents Eternals, so dice el mismo frente, y sale el fucking logo. Pero llega un punto en la película de you're kind of enthralled with their characters, especialmente si Eternals.
Sí.
No characters, dije.
Por eso.
Yeah.
No, que la gente le dice T, Eternals, y alguien me voló la cabeza cuando dijo
There's no D.
There's no D, yeah.
Just like there's no A in front of Fina.
Exacto. Yeah. Which was funny that they addressed that too.
Yeah.
Pero eso tiene que ver mucho con la cuestión del lenguaje y cómo las historias se pasan. Donde en un momento dado sí was Tina, pero as the passing of stories go down by generations, it might have been misconstrued a Athena. Eso pasa mucho con las historias. So, yeah, el problema era que yo tenía que I was pretty invested en lo que estaba pasando. Granted, sí, tú sabes, los temas no están expuestos de la forma más, como a mí me gusta, más simbólica, más metafórica. Está bastante laid there in exposition, or very thickly laid there, como que gritado. Muy pocas veces es algo sutil que está visually told and you understand it, como lo que Nick dice, lo último, Sprite vomita basically su problema cuando toda la película you kind of understand what her issue is and her problems are, pero lo último le escupe just for the idiots in the back who didn't fucking get it a través de toda la película lo que está pasando.
And I was laughing not only that, I was laughing at like the moment they chose to say it too.
Exacto. Sí,
like, I was waiting for her to be like, can we fucking talk about this later? Like, she's literally trying to transform the huge fucking deity or whatever.
Pues por eso, entonces, pues eso pasa mucho en la película, pero I get it again, porque esto tienes que digerirlo de una forma. Yo entiendo que si tú tuvieras la libertad creativa para contar esta historia de la forma que tú la quisieras contar, te irías un poquito metafórico y te irías un poquito con más simbolismo, entonces you're gonna like lose people a lot, porque entonces tú vas a tener que demandar más de la audiencia, y la audiencia es capaz de get it, porque la audiencia no es estúpida, yo hago el chiste todo el tiempo, pero genuinamente
la audiencia es estúpida. Con esta película se comprobó, y tú mismo lo dijiste, que la audiencia, the baseline, bro, you literally said it 5 minutes ago.
Pero
the baseline is stupid because they were touched lightly with these themes, and their world came fucking crumbling around them. This is our house. This is our house to them.
Sí, yo sé que this is our house, and what it isn't. What it really isn't.
Isn't a fucking statement of like literally the tiers of fandom.
Pues, okay. Maybe of the mind, que yo creo que es posible que la audiencia tiene la capacidad de pensar, pero también yo entiendo que cuando you slap a Marvel logo on it, the expectation is that I don't have to be thinking about it. Y yo entiendo eso. So, entonces, por eso es que vuelvo a mi gripe de que cuando esta película se olvida que es un Marvel movie for 10 minutes, I'm enjoying the movie. Claro, again, it's not as deep as I would like it to be, it's not as profound as I would like it to be, pero toca los temas interesantemente enough where I am invested in what's happening. I didn't fully connect with anybody, porque pues, there's not enough time for me to connect with anybody, pero I'm enjoying what's happening, I'm enjoying the themes being explored. Pero después la película se recuerda que tiene que traer un perro cósmico a pelear y entonces pues se vuelve un brawl fest for 5 minutes y después rinse and repeat hasta que se acaba la película, ¿verdad? And I guess that's my biggest gripe, de que realmente in my ideal world I would have just wanted a movie donde fueran los Eternals in chronological order, yendo a través de la humanidad, enseñando a la humanidad y lidiando con problemas que pasaban genuinamente en la Tierra y cómo ellos lidiaban o no lidiaban con esos problemas. But that would have made for a fucking boring movie. And
yo me voy más allá.
Sure.
I would have liked for the group get together to be spanned across different movies.
No, yo no creo que tantas películas que se would have just.
I would have enjoyed them finding out with a smaller group that there's more out there, and then your core, or not being so many, just to select, and you start out with a smaller group of Eternals, and then you go find them little by little.
Would you have enjoyed it more if it would have been like a 10-episode Disney Plus show?
Sí, for sure. This would have benefited more. Maybe not 10, maybe like 6. Como hacen como ahora que lo hacen de 6 episodios.
Yeah,
you know what I say would have been kind of cool.
You
know what a missed opportunity was? Esto lo tengo que decir. The biggest missed opportunity que yo vi esta película, considerando el hecho de que they throw so many fucking Easter eggs at you, es que they don't show you anything del MCU proper. Wouldn't it have been cool tener un momento donde Ajax está en su navecita o está some fucking where, está viendo lo que Thanos está haciendo, and she's like, puñeta, quiero hacer algo al respecto, puñeta, quiero hacer respecto. Ya que toda la película literalmente es un retcon a todo, why not have them actually being the Watchers, porque siempre they were Watchers, los Watchers viendo todos estos eventos que hemos visto por 10 años, porque es que the thing is, que esta película...
You complain about how it's linked to the Marvel universe,
but
and
it
how
isn't.
References to the Marvel universe, but you want more references. You want a fucking visual reference to the Marvel universe.
Hacerlo, pero porque si tú vas a hacerlo hablado, pues then instead just fucking show me. Porque yo no entiendo por qué carajo tiene que hacer una referencia a Superman y Batman, beyond the fact de que es Superman y Batman. Yo no entiendo por qué están sentados comiendo y están hablando de los Avengers y cuál es el mejor Avenger. Why not show that shit? That's what I'm talking about, the missed opportunity. Yo comprendo que este es un Marvel movie y yo comprendo que estos son dioses watching over humanity y cómo esto está supuestamente atado al Cinematic Universe. If that is the case, why am I not seeing them watching all these events unfold and being like the Watchers having world debates de que como que coño se están peleando entre ellos mismos, we should help them because we know that they're the Earth's mightiest heroes, why don't we intervene? Eso está Druig encojonado como que puñeta, yo déjame controlar a Spider un momento, es como que el otro cabrón dice no, páralos, déjalos porque I know for a fact that they're going to solve their issues, trust me on this.
I got it.
Because to me, I think that would lose this movie's identification if you
okay.
In the thing of establishing these characters and making the movie about them, if you visually show other heroes in the movie, it stops being about them.
Pero it's part of
it will be taken as a crutch.
No, pero it is taken as a crutch, porque cuando te estaba tirando los Easter eggs es para la audiencia cuando se está buscando con lo que está pasando. Throw in a Batman reference, throw in a Thor reference, because they pepper that shit in the whole movie. Y es todo dialogue, which is more cringeworthy. I'd rather at least have them visually showing me this shit, and at least, como te dije, within the parameters of their moral dilemma. Porque si ven a Thanos, como Ajax dijo, diablo, o sea, Thanos vino al mundo y explotó la mitad del universo, pero me encanta como la humanidad, con su perseverancia en Earth's Mightiest Heroes, went about their cause and actually returned half of humanity back. I would have wanted to see that shit. ¿Para qué carajo J-Jack lo está vomitando exposition?
I think
Show it to me.
I think you did, though. It's called Avengers. It's called Avengers Endgame. What the fuck?
I got a question because I don't know really shit about the Celestials. did the Celestials create all humankind? Is that what they mean?
They didn't. Oh,
I believe,
Celestials. Sí.
So
what did they do?
There's three. I've seen 3 different takes on it already. I've read about 3 different takes. I haven't read the whole saga. I'm not gonna say here a lie, but from what I understood, humans were already existent. They didn't create. I think humans sprouted out of one of the worlds they created, because the Celestials, the Eternals, and other things are experimentations on humans. Eternals are taking the human form, taking humans and experimenting on them and creating a higher life force. That's also another complaint about this movie from the real fucking hardcore fans, that they totally took the source material, wiped their ass with it. There's some stuff from Neil Gaiman's run. There's certain aspects from the Neil Gaiman run, and there's little things from the Kirby run and the Little Most thing. There's another run, a most recent run with the X-Men, certain things that happened with the X-Men, but they technically took a lot of the stuff from the comics and se lo pasaron por donde no pasa el sol.
That's what I'm saying.
Disney, I can understand how Disney does do that shit with a lot of the source material at this point. We're used to it, but they did take a lot of the stuff from what the origin of the characters are, and they did that whole robot shit.
That's what I'm saying, because I don't understand that. Our universe came to fruition from the birth of another Celestial. That's not how it works. A Celestial is born, and then when they're born, they create their own universe. No,
they create universes. They create different shit,
planets, and then what? And then from the planet, stuff evolves, and we can say, the other people you saw, you don't consider them humans because they're alien to us, but technically they're humanoids. They live on that planet, and they have they look like us. You know what I'm saying? Your question about humans, you're pertaining it to Earthlings? Where did Earthlings come from?
My question comes from Asgard. Did they create the universe where Thor and Odin and Loki, did that come from the Celestials?
Probably.
It could be.
Yo creo que sería un hierarchy shit, pero yo creo que sí. Porque en el mundo del MCU, eso es como planeta, lo que es eso, básicamente.
But in the comics, he's a god.
Yes, pero creo que en estas películas, he's not. Yeah, he's a god, but he's not really a god.
He's a god the same way we view the Eternals as gods. They're not really gods. They're higher beings to us.
Exactamente.
Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Celestials are
that was literally the point of this movie, that we refer to these people as gods because they don't do things that are humanly possible.
Yeah.
Hi, Odin. Odin and his brothers created a home for themselves above it called Asgard. They created Earth. When Midgard was completed, aka Earth, Odin and his brothers created a home for themselves above called Asgard.
That's the comic version.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering in the MCU because they mentioned was it Kingo that mentioned Thor?
Kingo said he used to hang out. He used to have Thor hang around him all the time. And
that's what I'm saying. So
he sunned him.
That's what I'm saying. The way he had explained that shit is if they were already aware, if almost as if he seen Thor when he was a kid and shit. If he was there when he was very young. Almost like that. So that makes me question if the Celestials also created. They gave the Eternals these powers. In one way or another, is Asgard a consequence of the creation of the Celestials? Did they also give these people powers and shit?
In the MCU, so in the MCU,
I think you're wrong. I think it's wrong to assume or to say that Asgard had any connection directamente o consecuencia de los Celestials. Porque I am even reading the MCU, thingies, and it never mentions anything about or connects to, even after Eternals is being released. There's nothing connecting the two of them.
Porque Celi, tienes que esperar el compendio que salga en el 25 aniversario.
Tienes que esperar Thor Love and Thunder, where they make a direct reference to the Eternals. And then all of a sudden it stops going from assuming
to fact.
They have to retcon every single thing after a movie releases.
Yes. We had that conversation. I was like, this is retconning. I'm like, oh, I forgot you went to go see a Marvel movie. Where they do that every movie. They introduce something new.
Ponlo de esta manera. Pero ponlo de esta manera. No lo quiero decir tan bluntly, pero piensa como Asgard as a different religion de los Celestials. That's what I could, again, vamos a asumir, it's not set in stone, that's what I could think, porque son totalmente diferentes and they have their own MO. In my opinion, in what I'm reading, maybe this is fact, maybe this is not. I'm just reading what the people are writing about the MCU. So allá ellos. It's not me saying this, pero yo pienso que hay que tratarlo como as if there were another religion, porque
I just take it as like in the MCU version, the fucking Thor and all his existential fucking buddies, pals, family, they're literally aliens. That's it. They're aliens. They're aliens, and they land on Earth. They literally now landed on Earth.
Ya algo aquí.
Okay, gracias. Llegué tarde, pero que están hablando de Asgard y los Celestials.
Porque Nick está preguntando. Ask your question, Nick. Vamos suave.
My question was, right, the Celestials created the universe where Earth came about. Right? A Celestial was born, and when a Celestial was born, they created a cosmos. When a Celestial was born, they destroy a planet but create a universe in replace of that planet. So my question was, if a Celestial created the universe where the MCU exists, does that mean that they also created Thor and Odin and Loki and all these gods? Because if not, then that
en the comics,
no, yo estoy hablando en la película, a lo mejor esa fue la parte que te fuiste al baño, pero hay una cosa que cuando ellos están enseñando a los Celestials, que yo me quedé como que, why would they bring esta imagen en particular? Y en las películas de Thor, siempre te enseñan el árbol, la interpretación del árbol de Yggdrasil. Y esta película te enseña el árbol, pero tú lo estás viendo, físicamente lo estás viendo, y es otra interpretación completamente diferente. So, me dejó como que wondering, esa misma cuestión es como que vino primero, los gods o los celestials, o todos son como que el mismo deity, o son diferentes entidades, son diferentes universos, pero después que hay la realización, son diferentes realms. O sea, realms. So, todos ellos están siguiendo...
I don't know what that means. I'm mad lost in that shit.
Is
a realm
Yggdrasil es un árbol. Cada rama tiene su espacio.
Oh, the tree explanation. La vieja confiable.
La vieja confiable. No, pero está bien, pero se lo están enseñando. So, es como que yo lo vi como que, so los Eternals son un branch, los dioses son otro branch, lo estoy viendo así. So, si la película te está tirando Yggdrasil por algo y te tira líneas como que, Thor me seguía, ¿quién iba a pensar que él iba a hacer como que esto después? Es como que, I don't know, it feels like they're elves.
That's what I'm saying, because to the Eternals,
se sonaba como
what is it? What's the Celestial's name? Amarish, some shit like that. That's their one and only all powerful God to them, no?
Pero sabemos que hay muchos más.
Creator.
But that's what I'm saying. To them, that's the creator of everything that they see, everything that they live in. So in context, if he sees Thor, then he is under the impression that the Celestial that created him is the Celestial that created Thor.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll figure it out.
Because
I figure it out.
That's what to me, if it was different, then that would have put a very certain doubt that this person we're following is not the all-powerful God.
No,
because there exists. But I'm talking about they don't have that information. They didn't have that information.
Por eso,
I'm talking about to them specifically. To Kingo specifically, he thinks that this is the God that created me. And if this God created me, this God created everything around me. Because that's all the information that he has, isn't it? We're different. That's why we're different, because we can read. We know the comics. We know the backstory. I'm talking about the characters within the universe. Okay. Kingo has to be under the belief that his Celestial created Thor. Go ahead, Sully.
I got. Before Sully gives the answer, I got the answer. You're all wrong. You know who created them all? Stan Lee. We're done.
Go ahead, Sally.
Let's go.
Okay. Gracias a Dios que dijiste eso de Yggdrasil, de que porque I completely forgot, y encima de eso le pasé por encima a esa palabra, bueno, más bien a ese nombre, pero aquí dice que los Nine Realms are a group of vastly distant celestial bodies that are interconnected by the cosmic nexus Yggdrasil and are home to various different races and cultures. Por si acaso, the realms are Asgard, Midgard, Jotunheim, Svartalfheim, Vanaheim, Nidavellir, Niflheim, Muspelheim, and Alfheim.
So these realms are celestials? That's what I'm saying. In the comics,
Celestial bodies.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Pero is it Earth Midgard?
Yeah, but it's its own realm. It's its own realm.
But that's what I'm saying. And within the MCU, if a celestial created
Earth.
Midgard es la Vía Láctea, no es Earth en completo. Por eso, Midgard es la Vía Láctea, no es como que es specifically Earth. Es toda la Vía Láctea. Exacto. Midgard es nuestro universo.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't understand that.
Ahí está.
I'm still fucking confused.
A mí me gusta toda la vida donde
Midgard belongs to the red celestial that we saw. Because Midgard is not Earth. Midgard is our complete universe.
So the Celestials created Midgard. So was Thor here before the Celestial created him? No. So indirectly,
one Celestial created Asgard and another Celestial created Midgard. That's I'm under the impression that that's what happened.
Al final vamos a ver quién los está creando a todos. Esto va a ser el final, ya tú vas a ver qué va a ser.
Entonces, mira, te voy a hablar claro. This is why, to me personally, I fucking love this movie. This is the one thing that I think that this is one thing that I think that, pardon my French, the fucking simpletons that came and watched this movie and said that it sucked don't understand the bigger implications of what this movie means.
Por eso.
You know what I mean?
It creates a lot of questions.
It creates a lot of questions. It's the fucking theme is literally fucking questioning existence. Like, you know what I mean?
Al cosmos. Es como que nos estamos yendo al cosmos, se está yendo más allá. Es como que estas peleas van a llegar como con un punto bien cabrón. Eso es lo que la gente como que no está...
Pero es que in reality, for me, when I'm looking at the reviews and shit, at least, maybe not in Puerto Rico, but at least from a lot of fans, I am seeing a lot of positive reviews. You go to the critic sites, fan-wise. Critics is one thing, but fans, there's a lot of fans that are really digging this fucking movie. Maybe aquí in fucking Puerto Rico, maybe not so much, but within the community, like I see a lot of fans actually digging the movie.
No, especialmente gente escribiendo, no le hagan caso a los critics. They're full of shit. Como que they don't understand this movie at all. Which at some point, I do agree. Porque we, us nerds, us not, normies, maybe we're not filmmakers, por lo menos la mayoría, no estoy hablando de ustedes dos. Por eso yo aproveché que él estaba comiendo.
That hellstorm of fucking shots were all directed at.
O sea, mucha gente diciendo, pues mira, fuck them, como que no le hagan caso, y en parte, en su mayoría, I do agree with them, porque como estamos hablando, o sea, nosotros estamos aquí tratando de cuestionar el why things exist, y o sea, eso mismo, el why and who created shit and who is in charge of this thing, y es como que we have so many questions, y lo único que falta es que pues que nos den la solución a todo, que es Spider-Man No Way Home.
No.
Aunque eso también se va a joder, porque pues falta Multiverse of Madness y esos son otros 20 pesos que va a estar más jodido todavía, y nos vamos we should revisit this after
lo que me gusta es
Multiverse of Madness.
I think these movies have jack shit to do with both movies. I think this movie is literally setting up to be its own thing. Yeah. And it's like the only link I could see to what they're trying to set up is like, so the rest of the Marvel universe is like they're trying to set up Galactus.
That's the only link to the rest of the Marvel properties I saw in this movie, besides the fucking mentioning and sprinkling of all the past events.
Hay muchas cosas que están setting up, que es lo que me gusta, porque en un momento cuando están explicando lo de las semillas cósmicas para que nazca pues el Celestial, alguien me dijo como que pues el Celestial no nació, so los humanos se quedaron con esa energía adentro y de repente yo dice, holy fucking shit.
Bro, la isla que crearon en el Pacífico entre los Estados Unidos, that shares a certain symbolic fucking thing with another island. But
por eso mismo es como que
the exact geological location of where the fucking island came. I was like,
spit that shit out.
Krakoa.
Pero lo gracioso fue que alguien me dijo como que, oh shit, tienen como que este giant thing velando como que la isla como que congelada. Y yo, like a sentinel. Y él como que, y entonces empezamos como que, oh shit. Pero lo que me gustó, cositas random que me gustaron de la película, que ahora puedo hablar con ustedes, eran esas pequeños como que hints que no iban a ninguna dirección, pero te dejaban como que wondering. A mí me gustó al final que le está diciendo el fucking Celestial, se lo lleva como si fuera el final de Mortal Kombat 1, que sale de la nada como que este giant thing.
Shao Kahn.
Exacto, se lo lleva y de repente como que ahora yo los voy a juzgar y el cabrón hace un fucking, o sea, el cabrón se transporta mediante un black hole, es como que un wormhole, black hole, y yo como que, oh shit, esto está como que super OP, pero me gustó que como que se acabó ahí, eso fue de las cosas que me gustó, y todo esto es como que name droppings en la película que no se tuvieron que ir con la vieja confiable de vamos a enseñar cosas de otra película, solamente vamos a mencionarlo. Como que no tenemos que enseñar estas cosas, lo mencionamos, ya la audiencia está como que al día con todo.
But do you think it's better? From a script writing perspective.
Por eso, Orengo, tenemos 10 años de esta información en nuestra cabeza. Tenemos una película nueva que estamos estableciendo 9 personajes nuevos de cantazo. Sería, si tú lo ves de esta manera, ¿no sería como que gastar tiempo en información que ya tenemos?
Pero tú no crees que es más vago. From a script writing perspective. From a script writing perspective, you know que esto es vago, estar name dropping las cosas como lo hacen.
Vago,
because it's not additive al universo. It doesn't add anything a hacer el name drop tampoco. It's not adding anything to it.
Pero ya esta información la tenemos en la cabeza, es como que ¿por qué volver a enseñarla? Ya es como que ellos cortaron en el sentido de no tuvieron que mencionarlo y enseñarlo. Yo pienso que ellos estaban economizando con líneas, por decirlo así, porque una de las cosas que sí me molestaba en tanto Doom como en esta era que de repente, mencionaban las cosas y te enseñaban como que el flashback, como que inmediato, como con fastos, como, perdió ¡pum! Y te enseñan el tiro rápido. Y era como que en ese aspecto me molestaba en ocasiones, pero me hubiese molestado más todavía si dijeran como que, es como cuando Thanos snapeó la Tierra y enseñaran algo de la perspectiva de ellos. Es como que, I don't know, como que siento que le quitaba como que el protagonismo a ellos mismos, porque estos no son los Avengers, estos son los Eternals, estos son otro grupo por completo y esta es la película de ellos. Y yo lo que siento, que yo tuve como esta discusión bien con otras personas, fue que a lo mejor nosotros estamos equivocados pensando que Marvel va a repetir su propia fórmula de Avengers, de poner todo el mundo junto al final para pelear cosas, en vez de todo el mundo separado por diferentes vías. Cuando me lo imaginé así, yo dije, espera, cada grupo, por decirlo así, va a resolver una crisis aparte, versus a todo el mundo unirse para pelear al final. Y me dejó pensando eso, como que a lo mejor la razón por la que no nos enseñaron otras cosas es porque quieren también acostumbrarnos a, en vez de la fórmula de Endgame, de juntar a todo el mundo para el final, es todos estos diferentes grupos tengan un antagonista de por sí. Porque si tú te pones a pensar, por ponerlo así, cabrón, Spider-Man peleando con un Celestial, es como que siento que le van a hacer así, ya está muerto. Siento que diferentes power levels van a pelear con otros power levels. Siento que los 3 de la Tierra se van a encargar de otras personas. Siento que este grupo de los Eternos lo tuvimos en esta película y nos vamos para el espacio y que se olviden de la Tierra por un buen tiempo.
That to me was a smart move when they literally removed them from Earth, because to me their conflict cannot be settled on Earth. You cannot take these people with this power range
are what they've established as Power Range and the things and have their fucking drama unfurl on Earth. That to me, I was like, smartest fucking move they could ever do.
La razón porque yo digo que es vago en el aspecto de que they're just name dropping all these things y tú tienes un argumento válido, es como el argumento de decir, ¿por qué tú enseñas los padres de Bruce Wayne muriendo por la centésima vez cuando us in our side guys and in our culture we've seen it so many times? Fine, te la puedo dar, pero eso no tiene que ver nada con el storytelling perspective. Eso tiene que ver con que nosotros hemos visto 9 interpretaciones diferentes en los últimos 20 años de la muerte de los papás de Bruce Wayne, so we don't want to see it anymore. Ahora, el punto, parte del propósito de la película es tener el debate moral con cuándo intervenir con la humanidad y cuándo no. So yo creo que era proper, si hubiera una película para hacerlo, enseñar ciertos eventos de los grandes en cuestión del Marvel Universe y recontextualizarlo con la perspectiva de los Eternals, porque sigue siendo parte del tema principal de ellos, que es el Moral Dilemma, donde antes el Moral Dilemma era ayudar a esta civilización a crecer a su modo o forzarlas. Ya eso se acabó. Ahora el moral debate que se implementara era intervenimos con esta gente que son básicamente dioses para estos humanos o también nos quedamos para atrás, because we could have easily stopped este Ultron, we could have easily stopped este Loki que es como un god para ellos, bla bla bla, etcétera, etcétera. Pero era todo el propósito de recontextualizar. Yo siento que era bien vago tener a Ajax diciendo, sí, Thanos, you know, with a snap of the finger he destroyed half of the galaxy, pero la perseverancia humana era tan buena y tan poderosa que they just found a way to fix it 5 years later. Isn't it so admirable, Icarus? Icarus, what are you doing to me? No. Es como que, pero why don't you show me this moment donde Ajax tiene an emotional resonance con ella no haber podido prevenir algo tan asqueroso? Porque si consideramos todas las cosas horrific que ha pasado en la humanidad, en el contexto del Cinematic Universe, fue lo de Thanos. No fue The Atomic Bomb, no fue 3 gatos peleándose en Babilonia, era lo de Thanos. ¿Cómo es posible que de todos los eventos más horrific, ese es el evento más horrific en el contexto del Cinematic Universe pasando, y entonces no tenemos una perspectiva de cómo los Eternals reflexionaron en ese evento?
Exacto, pero por lo menos con ella se hubiesen gastado el tiempo porque yo hubiese estado en la granjita y lo que iba a ver es una vaca desapareciendo y ya, that's weird.
Fine, sure, pero she could have been like, what the fuck's going on? Y después con su caballito se montaba y iba a la pelea final o some bullshit, I don't know.
Hubiese sido una película totalmente diferente y no creo que hubiésemos tenido, obviamente no hubiésemos tenido el mismo resultado. No creo que hubiesen llegado a la conclusión que vimos, o sea, que era, vamos a detener a este Celestial from being born, y se hubiese visto una, no sé si una mejor química entre ellos, pero el storytelling no hubiese sido igual. Porque si tú lo vas a presentar de la manera que ellos que estuvieran, o sea, que ellos estuvieron presentes para esos eventos del MCU hasta ahora, no sé, hubiese sido bien diferente, porque entonces no estamos viendo la sociedad progresar, no estamos viendo el lado humano.
I'm not saying that they intervene. I'm saying that they be the watchers that they are.
No, por eso mismo.
Moral dilemma como pasó en Babylon. Lo que pasa es que para mí Babylon
por eso
es como que sí fue un evento interesante, whatever, pero technically Thanos pasó en este universo. So ¿cómo es posible que they don't have? How is it possible que this wasn't the thing that really shocked them to their core? Y después como Ajax, porque Ajax had the right response to this. Pero es como que they just make stupid quippy jokes de que Thor hangueaba conmigo cuando era chiquito, él se parece a Batman, es como que, pero
so could also be that so what were you saying? Go back a little bit. Explain your thought process on how you think that the snap is what the most catastrophic thing,
because half of the universe left instantaneously without any explanation.
All right, but it wasn't caused by the humans.
I understand, pero did you not see Endgame y ver cómo los humanos estaban totalmente desmoralizados y afectados a un mental health severo because of that?
No,
that's still no tiene que ser un boom boom explosion, my friend. It could just be something mental.
In my opinion, I agree with Orengo. What I would have liked to see is a scene of maybe some of the Eternals within the 5-year gap of the blip.
Sure.
Talking about the loss and to at least to show Salma Hayek a little more heartbroken that they make us Druid. There's a lot of other characters that they were like, fuck it.
In my head. So you basically want to turn them into farmers. It's like, puñeta, we spent half the year growing these sheep, and now we lost half of them. The fuck am I
supposed
Jax tiene esa línea cuando le habla al Dios, le dice, yo siento que como que algo en los humanos que es hermoso y precioso, y I'm like, okay, tell me when you saw that. Was it when the people came back because of la perseverancia de los Avengers? Yeah, she said that.
Yeah, but that's what I would have personally liked to
cosmic, see. She said basically like a cosmic threat came to this planet, and humanity is the one thing that brought them back. Humans, not anybody.
Sí, porque la perseverancia humana fue lo que los trajo de vuelta. Bueno, o sea, sé que fue los Avengers, pero que te digo fue que pues.
Pero la mayoría de ellos son humanos. So, like,
por eso es que te digo, sí, por eso es lo que ella quería aludir. Eso es la cuestión de que that's why she found it so beautiful. Que con toda esta cosa tan horrible. Because that's the thing, it's technically the most horrific event that's ever transpired for humanity. Literally, half of your family just disappeared. The fuck? ¿Me entiendes? Yeah. Y como que not being addressed, and I understand el punto de que we've seen it like 4 times already, la cuestión del blip. En diferentes facetas, lo vimos en WandaVision, lo vimos en Spider-Man, I get it que we've seen it, por ende, it should not be shown that como que tan metido en la trama y recurrirlo de nuevo. Pero I think que based on what the themes being explored in the movie are, it should have been por lo menos que sea like a 5-minute, come on, en 2 horas y 45 minutos, no pueden dar 5 minutos of the blip en un flashback.
Pueden cortar otra cosa.
Quítame una escenita de los pejos espaciales, come on, like hay espacio. They fought enough times.
It would have been cool to see it from a different perspective, just like we had seen the blip in Infinity War. We got to see a little bit in Endgame. We got to see a little bit in Spider-Man. But when they showed it in WandaVision, we were like, oh,
because we saw it from a human perspective. We always saw it from the hero perspective. Y ahora nos faltaba seeing it from a cosmic perspective.
That's why I would have enjoyed to see not even the blip, not even the moment that it happened, but at least some of the repercussions of how they viewed the planet, or a conversation between Ajax and Icarus about, I like her, like something showing us that she really did a long time passing fall in love with humanity, because it was really just that conversation. She was ready all this time to be like, fuck the humans. Tarde temprano, they got to get cut out. You never really see her fall in love with human.
Como Cersei. Cersei se nota.
That's it. You don't see her fall in love with humankind until she has that one conversation with Icarus. But we don't see it. I would have enjoyed at least a conversation within the time frame of the blip, of them talking about, because I mean they were on Earth while all this is happening.
Claro.
So they seen it. They were in ground zero. They got to see the actual change. It would have been very interesting to see at least a conversation. To see, not to know where the moment changed, but to see where the moment clicked in her mind.
Yeah, I agree. Por eso digo, nada más eso. Eso es todo. It would have been interesting. Pero yo entiendo que, pues, es 3 horas, there already 10 personajes, a lot of plot. I get it. There's just a lot of elements there que van a tener que chocar y van a tener que sacrificarse por otras cosas. So I get it.
And again, like what I want to talk about is like we were talking about before. Something that I really like about this movie, and es una conversación corriente that we always talk about, especially me, when we talk about Hayward, who's the villain, who's the hero. Like, you can't put your finger on a person and say Icarus is this evil bastard that he's the villain, or the Deviants are the villain, because each villain has understandable motivations.
El único villano en esta película es global warming, mi gente.
The Deviants.
Yes.
The Deviants are not the villain. By the way.
That's what I'm saying. That's our perspective. But there's other people that be like,
warming, bro.
The Deviants are the villains. Like I like how you can't pinpoint whose motivation is necessarily evil,
you would
and
think
who's not.
Some people would think the Deviants are the villain. Obviously, the movie establishes they're not the villain. They're literally the same as the freaking Eternals. Some people would say, the Eternals are technically the villain because they're nothing but they're not supposed to be there for anything else but to ensure that the Celestial comes and fuck the humans. Some people could say that the Celestial is the villain, but in reality, Homeboy's creating life throughout the galaxy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
you come into that. You come into that.
Blew up.
Yeah,
For us to be here.
Exactly. You get we're gonna get all pissy about our planet blowing up. Exactly when somebody else's planet blew up to give us life.
Exactly.
Like,
That's what
you
I'm
know,
saying.
it's
That's
very-
why I really.
Very morally. That's why when I saw this movie, I was like, Nick is gonna love this movie because there's nothing more. I've never known a person more morally ambiguous when it comes to decision making. Like me and Nick, when we used to watch Walking Dead, Jesus Christ, oh my God, bro.
You gotta go, bro. I gotta stay alive.
We would have wars about that show, like straight up argument.
That's what I'm saying. Every MCU movie is gonna connect differently with different people. But for me, that's why this movie connected with me so much because it talks about themes that I really enjoy. I really connect with more ambiguity. That's why I like Druid so much. Like the things that happen in this movie, especially when it comes with villains, because like obviously we've said this all the time. Till this day, I still think that Hayward is not the fucking villain. But for these people, you can make a lot of arguments of why they're doing what they're doing. Like if you are really religious, there's things that Icarus is prepared to do that if you take, the story of Noah's Ark, is that not what the fuck happened? Like basically everybody in the whole fucking world died except one family and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's things that happen in this movie. There's certain motivations that happen in this movie that are understandable. Like I could see why Sprite is like, fuck this world. Me personally, I'm just gonna go to another world. So it's not gonna affect me in the grand scheme of things.
But that's
and
the
this
funny thing.
planet is here because
that logic was flawed though. And that's another thing about that character, because when she goes to another world, she gets her shit deleted.
Exacto.
She gets her memory deleted.
Encima de eso, es la culpa de ella que se enamoró del mundo, porque ella quiere ser parte de la humanidad. Ella quiere crecer y quiere morir como un humano normal, porque no tiene porque ser celestial, como estaban diciendo, ser celestial le impide de eso. Eso fue culpa de ella.
She wants to become human because sex is a powerful thing, bro.
But come on now.
Sexual relations is a powerful thing, and she was like, homeboy and homegirl get to fuck. And you're telling me because I'm trapped in a kid's shower. Oh no, fuck that shit. Make me a human now.
But that's what I'm saying though.
7,000 years of pent up sexual frustration. Woo!
She knows.
Make your fucking head blow off. No, okay.
That's what I'm saying. If she knows if the planet would have got blew up, they would have just erased all her memory. So she wouldn't have had to sit in those memories. She wouldn't have had to think about that shit. She would have forgot all about this bullshit. Which obviously, but that's what I say. Which obviously, if they've been millions of years doing this shit, that had to be something that she's encountered over and over and over and over again. Because this is not their first rodeo. They've done this multiple times already.
Yeah.
But
they don't know that.
She finds out that my memory gets erased.
There's people that live 90 years, 100 years, and I'm just assuming, they could possibly go 100 years and not engage in sexual activities, and to them it will seem like everybody's fucking. Imagine living 9,000 years. Imagine living 9,000 years. Over 9,000 years, it looks like everybody's having sex, but not you.
There's people in their 20s that are fucking bugging out thinking that everybody's having sex.
Espérate, de que me estás cortando.
De que you got
desapareció.
You got stuck in the grossest O face I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Bro, but yeah, like I'm hard pressed to say who's the villain in here. And I liked how the ending battle was literally just the family fighting amongst themselves. That's why I kind of liked when Kingo left. I kind of liked when Kingo left. Because I can feel that in a family.
Macari le estaba partiendo la madre a Icarus, so yeah, I'm happy about that.
Me dijeron, esto es Moana, básicamente, and I got so pissed, porque genuinamente I was like, damn, esto es Moana, en cierto sentido, le van a dar el corazoncito a Tafiki otra vez para que sea kind. I'm like, fuck this shit. Me dañaron ese final.
Yeah. What was your favorite?
Before we get into that, everybody said their favorite Eternal, except Orengo.
No, you mean Sprite? In my incoherent ramble, I did mention Sprite was.
You said Sprite because I picked Druid and Miguel had picked Fastos.
Yes.
But if they were on the table, would you have picked Fastos too?
No, I would have picked Druid.
Bro, cada cual escogió el que le gustaba.
Porque me encanta, es que me encanta bien cabrón, el actor como tal me encanta, and he had the most interesting moral dilemma porque he could have the power to run the course of humanity proper, bien cabrón. El segundo que más lo podía hacer era Fastos.
El segundo, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Porque era por tecnología, was based on technology.
What?
What happened? Orengo, hit it there, son. Hit it there. Don't leave me hanging, son.
Oh!
There we go.
Got it. There you go. Pero yeah, era por eso. That's why I found him so fucking fascinating. Porque él podía, literally, with a snap of his fingers, run the course of humanity as it should have been. Y sabe Dios los brincos in technological leap que hubieran pasado. But I say it would have created a utopia. But the thing is, what type of utopia would that be? Because then we would enter in the whole thing de que basically era un emperador of free will, the idea of free will.
Supremacist.
Exacto. Porque el tipo también era nefarious. Era bien nefarious el cabrón. So it was that.
That goes back to like shit that Loki used to say.
Exacto.
Like they would be better off if they just let me control them. If you let them do whatever the fuck they want to do, look at the shit that happens.
Again, so you're very predictable. Of course, you would like Druig.
I know. Before this movie came out, I was like, this guy is okay. This nigga does technology. He's the smartest, and he has a kid. Miguel's gonna like that's gonna be Miguel's fucking character. There we go. He's the Iron Man. He's the Iron Man of this fucking group. He's sarcastic. He speaks a lot of shit. It's not like he's just this quiet guy. He's ready to speak a lot of shit. And this nigga's just like this. This nigga's an engineer, bro.
No.
He's a fucking engineer. That's your occupation.
I liked my character because he had to deal with literally the responsibility of introducing technology to these people and the fucking blowout.
Yeah.
It's the fucking blowout. No, I don't. I repair shit. I repair machines for a living.
There you go.
Yeah, indirectly I keep people alive, but I'm just saying. Like,
exacto. Chacho.
He had this whole conversation. Let me drop this in. I'm also a hero. Take that.
But my whole thing was like he has to go to bed at night, like literally, like with the conscience of I could help these people become extremely great, or I could literally take a shit in the party and it'll all be my fault.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then the whole thing where he gave up on humanity because he saw, you know, what his invention could do. He could literally, and then he reconnected because he saw, like, dude, the innocence of a child or leaving your legacy. You don't have to invent something. You could guide a child and that could be your legacy to change the world for the better. Like, that to me, that shit, like, really, really rung out to me. That shit hit home. So
it doesn't have anything to do with you having a kid.
Yeah, it totally does have to do with having a kid. It's what shapes me as a human being. But so are you telling me?
Predictable. That's what we're saying. As predictable as I am, your ass is just as predictable. That
was the point. That was the whole point.
Again, it rings out with me, like you said, the whole kid thing rings out with me because you're a father. Your lasting legacy is your kids. Why doesn't this guy pick Fastos when he has kids? Or are you telling me that? Are you telling me that Nick basically manipulates the shit out of his children? That's why he's Loki. Like,
I take them.
Nick doesn't let them grow. He goes, I'm gonna take you to see this violent vitriol shit like Candyman, and you're gonna fucking like it. No free will whatsoever. Neil, I'm the master of this house.
You answer your own questions. That's why we don't have to have this conversation. You already know.
Fantastic.
All right, bro. I like Fastos. The only problem that I have with Fastos is how you say it. For a long time, deep down inside, Fastos truly had a hope for humanity. He was ready to give these motherfuckers a motor engine. Where I don't think like that, so that's why
Babylon. He was going to give them a steam-powered engine in Babylon, not fuel. Not fucking using fuel. From what I understood, it was steam powered.
Yeah. Steam powered.
He was gonna have a steam powered engine at the time of fucking.
Que es algo que básicamente we're supposed to have now. We're supposed to make shit better, pero como quiera, estando hoy día, we don't give a fuck. No, but we can have solar power. But
like,
nah,
let's keep.
Yeah.
Give him a fucking. I guess we'll give him a plow. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
They can keep on eating corn as a part of their diet for the rest of their life.
That's what I'm saying. That's my only issue, and it's not even an issue with Fastos. It's just that's where the disconnect lies between me and that character. That character really is truly hopeful. He's a great character. He's a great person because he really hopes. I don't hope like that. I'm like Thanos.
Some people think in terms of greatness and preserving life, and other people just want to give orders. All right. Oh, so what was your part of the? What was everybody's favorite part of the movie?
No,
giving orders.
Espérate, ¿de qué? Who's your favorite character?
Gilgamesh.
Sí, lo dijo.
Because Deca has this innate nature of wanting to punch people in the face.
Of course.
I feel que yeah, it's like
he has this fucking deep dark desire to just want to punch people in their face.
But that's the whole issue. Gilgamesh could be strong, right? If he wanted to, he could fight. But deep down inside, my mother
all he wants to do is go home and bake a pie.
Bro, all he wants to do is just go home and be loved. He wants to just be with Tina. That's the whole thing.
That's the lie.
That's the goal.
Every day in a nutshell, bro.
Every day I want to punch people in the fucking face as strong as I can. I want to blow their heads off. But I don't, so that at the end of the day, I could go home and make a female some pie.
Yeah, bro. That's nice.
I don't know why would you even question that, bro. That's been goals right here for years, bro. This is romantic here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? Something I like how certain Eternals had relationships with each other that wasn't necessarily romantic, like in a way. Makari and Druid. They have a very close relationship. They never kiss once in the movie.
They're like flirting constantly, bien cabrón, but they never do anything about it.
They were cock teasing the shit out of each other for 7,000 years.
There was a real chemistry between them, a real connection. Just like fucking Thena and Gilgamesh. They never not once kissed, but there was a very strong connection between them, which I enjoyed watching too.
Yeah.
Por eso me identifico.
Esa es la vida.
He was 7 years in the friend zone.
Por eso. Bro, of course I identify.
Bitch, I'm making you pies.
Makes get him purge nights. Why does he want a purge night? When I'm confused.
He was like, yo, I gotta go to Fiji. Druid, put this bitch to sleep real quick.
Kyle, explain yourself. Why do I want a purge night?
I love el display picture de Oscar. Es como el mejor.
I can't see it. Looks too small on my screen.
But you have to click on it. I can't click on it because I don't have.
Yeah.
No one can click on it. There we go. Look at that.
Let me see if I can make it a little.
You want to make that? Oh, there we
go. Oh shit! Damn. I'm getting a lot of Chris Angel vibes from that.
But like I see, I feel like he's ready to do magic.
Oh yeah, exactly. Do a lot of this on screen and shit.
Wasn't there like a group a couple years ago? Was it like Menudo or some shit with some new people?
Menudo.
It kind of looks like that.
Oh my god! Eso era 18 años. Holy shit! Wow.
You've aged well, Oscar, because you look exactly the same.
My fine wine. Yep.
Unless you're like 18 and a half today. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
So, Liquid, what was your favorite character?
Makari.
Oh, okay, all right. So
she's a fucking thief. Y le rompió la madre a este cabrón. So, bueno, en parte.
No, you weren't here, Oscar, then. No, it wasn't me.
No.
It was Deke. My favorite character is Fastos.
Yes, Fastos.
My other favorite characters are Tina, Fastos, because he's a fucking artificer. No hay break. Pero Tina estaba cool. A mí me gustaba un montón la manera que ella peleaba. Cersei, I like her powers, and no me molestó un montón que no, como que they didn't explain the development of her powers. Pero I like her as well. Pero Makari, porque
okay, let's take out that for a second. En todas las interpretaciones de speedsters que hemos visto a través de film history hasta ahora,
ella no corre como normal como Flash. Ajá, continúa.
Okay, eso es lo que te gusta esta, entonces no te gusta el Quicksilver que hemos visto ni nada de eso. You like her the best.
Mi favorita es la de SpongeBob cuando corre.
Ah, ese está el carro. You want to see me run? You want to see me do it again?
No, pero I like her better than Quicksilver, en verdad.
Okay.
Porque él, no sé, yo sé que él es más neutral, he was a villain, y
No, but I'm just talking purely on a visual scale.
I like her better. Ella corre, en algunas partes pues tú ves pues el CGI, en una parte que she stumbles, she doesn't really stumble, pero empezó a coger y yo dije, please don't let this be Flash again, pero después como que they fixed her and she began running like normally. No, es que fucking Flash, él hace así.
Cogiendo aire.
A mí me gusta como el Flash corre, porque es el más diferente de todo el mundo. Casi todo el mundo lo hace igual. They always do like very como que stilted, como que tac, 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 tac.
At first,
and he's the only one that he looks like he's swimming while he's running, which is kind of
do it, baby. Druid all day,
at first, when the Flash they first showed him or whatever, running his weird way, I thought it was very weird, but I think I grew to love it. Like I grew to love it. I grew to love it or whatever.
Yo me pongo a pensar que nosotros con los poderes de los Eternals, el mundo estaría jodido. No tendríamos todo ese.
Cabrón, it's literally the meaning of the movie.
Yeah.
I know.
That's literally the fucking meaning of the movie. Like they give them gifts. They give them poderes, o sea, little sprinklings of what they have to humanity, and humanity sometimes gets it good and sometimes fucks it up horribly for everybody else.
Yeah.
Oscar, I'm very thankful that you don't have Druig's power, porque si no harías unos podcasts bien aburridos. Be thankful that everyone has different opinions, my friend.
I want to say, Oscar, I don't know why I see you more like an Eros character, just trying to make everybody fuck. I'm sorry. With your insinuations, all I see is you as Eros and making everybody just have like a worldwide orgy at the same time. Anyways,
yeah.
So what was everybody's favorite What was favorite part of the movie? We've talked about
favorite ass.
Cool. Favorite ass.
I was gonna say aspect.
What's our favorite? Oh, God was about to go. I got you, son. We're talking about culos. Let's do this.
All right. So what was everybody's favorite part of the movie?
I like the Holocaust scene. The Holocaust scene no es de el
What movie did you watch?
Hiroshima.
It's always with you, bro. It's always horrifying with this guy, bro. Jesus Christ,
bro.
I really love the Holocaust. No,
just something about that moment in history.
Fantasizing about it. That's not what happened in the movie.
Oh my dear God.
Oh my God.
Cuando me pongo a ver Schindler's List, I asked Liam Neeson, but why are you doing this though?
Yeah.
All right, so
and that's why we can't have powers.
Yeah,
right.
Why we can't have this power in this fucking world with this fucking horrendous, bro.
So Lex, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh man.
You could even use the stingers. The stingers were the implications of that.
My favorite parts. This wasn't Venom. This wasn't Venom. Everybody was like, my favorite part was after the credits. No.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, it's really hard. It's really hard because I really enjoy the small. I really enjoy the small scenes of them talking and the conversation. For me, as a Game of Thrones fan, I really love just the stare down between these two, and he was like, oh, this is the pilot. I thought that was really cool. Damn, I'm trying to think my favorite. I don't know, bro. Like, to be honest, right now I can't pinpoint like the scene that I was like, shit, this is the scene that I like the most. I like the scene with Druig a lot, like him being the first one to defy everything. Him just saying, you know what? I had enough of this shit. Everybody put your fucking knives, put your guns down. Everybody just fucking follow me. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I love how nobody throughout this whole fucking almost 3-hour discussion, nobody gave Icarus 5 seconds of attention.
Bro,
nobody cared a goddamn thing about Icarus.
I think Icarus is the most like religious one. He's like the most like in line where like he's a soldier through and through. This is my duty. My duty.
He's the most indoctrinated out of all of them.
Yeah.
Pero yo iba a decir que... Oh shit.
Damn.
That's fire, son. That was Kingo.
You know what? No te la voy a permitir, Oscar, because if you're not here personalmente para insultarlo, you can't use the comment section either. So ponte pa tu número and enter the battle royale un día de esto, okay?
The battle royale.
Because esa excusa del trabajo, you can only use that so many times.
Exacto. Muy bien.
Con el teclado es un mamey.
Dile más. Sigue peleando. Muy bien. Defienda mi honor.
Man, pero I found really hilarious
Hilarious.
I found hilarious the part where they keep breaking. I forgot the name of the character. They keep breaking his cameras, and he keeps coming out with a fucking new one, smaller and smaller. And then Kingo shoots the fucking DV in the head. He's like, "Did you catch that?" And you just hear from afar, "Yes,
yes, sir."
I
love him.
It was funny. I really like that fucking character. Bro,
yeah, dude.
Even the
what do you
end,
think about the humor in general? Entonces, you like
Bro,
the humor?
quiero eso mismo, porque mi escena favorita es estúpido. Pero yo tuve 2 escenas favoritas, pero cuando yo le digo a la gente que fue mi escena favorita, se quedan mirándome como que, cabrón, genuinamente eso es de todo lo que sale en esta película.
When you mentioned Superman?
No, cabrón, no. Ok, tú sabes cuando ellos están comiendo, right, en la mesa. Entonces están hablando lo de la cerveza y él explica que él la mastica y la escupe. Y entonces Kingo hace como que la escupe, obviamente. Y después, más adelante, cuando están explicándole las cosas, the motherfucker is drinking. And he's like drinking and he remembers and he's like botando that shit, like made me laugh. Todo el mundo en el cine, like normal.
Cabrón, y honestamente, con todo lo que mostrado en esa película, esa es tu escena favorita, en serio.
Cabrón, pero
I'm just messing with you.
Y entonces la otra fue esa y la otra es...
La buena.
La buena, exacto, porque generalmente fue buena. Cuando Icarus va a tirarle el laser y el cabrón está llorando y no puede, like that shit, like you really got me. Like legit, yo se lo dije a Miguel, yo como que cabrón, think about it, las lágrimas le apagó el poder, cabrón. Think about that shit. Las lágrimas eran tan intensas que no lo dejaba tirarle el laser. Like that shit was philosophical and meaningful.
Esa lágrima puede ser el agua bendita, you never know.
Exacto.
Vete del trabajo, Vete del trabajo. Quédate aquí. Si no estás haciendo nada, nadie está en el tren hoy los domingos. Solo nadie está ahí.
Ya. Lo raro.
Hey, I thought you guys knew. Él trabaja en el tren. I don't know what station though, but I know.
You could probably get on the train and just have him sitting on the train while he's fucking doing the thing back and forth.
No, because he's
technically still like, God damn it, Orengo, fuck it up.
Okay, sorry. Sigue chiste. Yeah, he works. He's a train conductor. That's why he's
security. Shut up. He's security.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, he's security. Yeah.
What piggybacking on what Deke was saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think any of us thought that Icarus was our favorite character. With that said, I did like the struggle that the character goes through. How he, in a way, picks his love for Cersei, and that's the reason why he leaves. But he's still, being the loyal soldier that he is, he has to pick his duty first, and he can't continue with his duty if he has to see her face all the time, knowing that he has to lie to her face, he has to see her, and then at the end, knowing that he could just stop all this, like boom, I'll just fucking laser her eyeballs and shit. But he does it because he finally comes to the realization that his love for her is more powerful than his love for the god or the feel of duty that he has for his god. I enjoyed that scene too. I like that part of Icarus. I like those struggles that he had.
And that was a human emotion. So
human emotion.
Again, he would have never gotten there unless he was exposed to the humans. So
it was beautiful.
No, very true.
My favorite scene that Orengo stole it, because that's what he does. He goes first before people and he steals shit.
I go last literally every time.
Yeah, bro.
Orengo soy yo.
Exacto,
thank you. Belaceli, thank you. Muy bien.
Orengo es bien polite. Él siempre vayan ustedes primero.
It was the Hiroshima incident, not the
Holocaust. Russia by dismay.
That I remember there was no atom bombs in the Holocaust, but yeah, that scene and seeing how the character basically like, yo, these people they don't deserve to be saved. Like, let them fucking blow each other to fucking pieces. I'm finished with these fucking humans. No matter what we do, they find a way to turn everything into a shooting storm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finished. That's it. And then, he supposedly goes into exile. That shit was powerful. I fucked with it really hard. That to me, I was like, whoa. And you're gonna tell me that you might want to read the private chat. You're gonna tell me that these themes that have never been fucking explained before in Marvel,
There we go.
Which by the way,
hours later, bro, he got it.
Which by the way, again,
they were gifted it to make each other food, probably not to use it for that. So
That's true.
But yeah, that scene with Hiroshima, that was like my favorite scene of the movie, and that character really drove it home. Talking about the spoiler, the
you're not gonna ask Sally her favorite scene?
No, porque
because she aligned with Orengo and she gave it la verdad a Orengo. So forget her. Okay, dale, Liquid, dale.
Básicamente, yo no es que sea fan de solamente una escena, que me gusta the entire sequence de la pelea, ellos tratando de stop the Celestial from being born, y como que todo eso que estaba ahí, me gustó mucho por eso es que me gusta McCurry un montón, porque ella sin saber 3 puñetas, o sea, they bring her up to speed like 2 seconds, y es como que ella es la más que entiende.
Bring up her up to speed.
Yeah.
Majestic.
Oh, yeah. Pero es como que ella era la que más entendía, la más empatía que tenía con todo. Ella era la más neutral, como que, ajá, sí, pero we're here and everything was a lie. Y es como que we should save this as long as we can, porque this is bad. Like, this is fucking bad.
I didn't like her because she ran away from her problems.
Jesus Christ, what is this with the dad jokes?
Ella hizo la mejor decisión.
We're letting loose with the dad jokes.
Ella hizo la mejor decisión.
What you say?
She was very quick with her feet, though.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, yo.
Okay. She got on that train real fast. Pero anyways, that jokes aside, ella fue la más neutral, la que más sentido le dio las cosas y no tuvo que estar en toda la película. Which it was sad for me because I really liked her, pero she, toda esa secuencia hasta cuando ya, obviamente, ya le estaba cayendo encima a Icarus, y cuando ella gritó o intentó gritar, fue como que ahí me dio como un sentimiento, porque como que, damn, of course, she has emotions, pero como que, damn, she actually tried to scream and shit. Y no sé, yo teniendo familiares sordomudos, como que it struck a nerve, pero al mismo tiempo fue como que, damn, that's good. I thought it was amazing. Por lo menos esa parte también. Pero yeah, the sequence, the whole sequence.
So, what's funny is a lot of people were like, and I think I had this conversation with Nick, people were like, oh, the characters are there just to check fucking boxes. Or whatever, it's just to Marvel doing their thing of inclusion and try. And I was like, seeing everybody's fucking opinion, they did it and it worked, because there's literally a character in this movie that literally appeals maybe to everybody.
Yeah,
and it's not there to pull like a marketing gimmick. It actually does appeal in a certain way. It does ring
my bad.
Porque acuérdate, you have to no es que yo lo pienso de esta manera, como que you're not trying to appeal everybody in the world, es que estos personajes are being inspired by everybody in the world, and la representación, yo lo veo de esa manera por el video que vimos de Marvel hace poco, que explicaba eso mismo, de que these superheroes is not to inspire people, these are inspired by people, by regular humans, regular people.
I like that. It's a good line.
So yo veo la película de esa misma manera, no es que, tenemos que pensar en eso, estos son personajes ficticios, estos son personas que they're inspired by us, it's not the other way around. En la película funciona all the way around, pero I just see it that way.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, no,
y cualquiera que quiera decir, no, they're just checking boxes, they're not. Porque you can see yourself in Icarus, you can be a lawful evil motherfucker that wants everything, you can be a soldier. Qué sé yo, puede ser, I don't know, Tina, who you want to protect people. You can be Druid, you want to actually help people and shit like that. Entonces, with Cersei, you want to see the humanity, like, la humildad o lo que te hace a ti humano, just live and let live.
So with that said, can we talk about the post-credit scene now?
Oh yes.
Not the Eros one.
No, that was
the confusing one.
Bro,
the one that there was a list of people who that voice could have been, and then the director came out and said, "No, it's this one."
Yeah,
bro, that shit made me laugh. In the movie, there was like, "It's Nick Fury."
You know what? To your dismay, I have read a whole bunch of comments that thought that was him.
Yeah,
it wasn't just
people
idiots
are
in your
so
movie
bad.
theater. It wasn't just dumbasses in your movie theater. So
but I was like, I felt like. I'm maybe wrong, but I feel like Samuel Jackson just has that type of voice that when he talks, you like recognize that's Samuel Jackson talking.
You were like, I know what you thought. No, you were like, he didn't say, "Don't touch your sword, motherfucker." And you were like, that's not. And you were like, that's not Sam Jackson. That's not Sam Jackson.
I'll be honest, si no es porque ustedes lo dijeron 3 days before I saw the movie, I would have drawn a blank. I would have been like, huh? ¿Qué pasó aquí? I'll be honest.
So the person that gave us that spoiler, I then rebutted. Yeah, he's not here right now. And at one point I doubted it. I was like, what if that's not him? What if that's actually like the Watcher? And what he's about to do has literal like huge cataclysmic and like they're already in the MCU.
Yeah.
So I was like, what if this is another one of those things where they're trying to bridge a gap between what we've done in other mediums and now we're trying to, but then literally after that, before that, me and Nick had the conversation about the whole British thing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Nick, if that is Blade though, then what I'm assuming is you're going to give us a version of Blade. I didn't know this. I didn't know the origin. I was like, you're going to give us a version of Blade that's not New York style vampire? He's like British, educated, like not leather coat Blade. He's like educated peacoat Blade in England, because where the character's at right now is overseas. It's not in New York. Kit Harington wasn't in New York when all this shit was going down and where the sword is and blah blah blah. So I was like,
I can give you that.
And then Nick was like, the character's origins are British, and I was like, no, you're kidding me. He's like, yes,
Blade is from Blade. But
Blade's character's origin is originally
exactly.
British. He's
I
a
was
British
like,
vampire hunter.
when they made the movie, they didn't have no intentions of creating an MCU. So they cast Wesley Snipes, and I guess they were just like, don't worry about the English accent, Wesley. Just fuck around. Do a couple of these. Don't worry. Motherfuckers are always trying to, skate up north for some shit, skate uphill, say your shit or whatever. And it was like,
motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Congratulations.
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
I like when you see that, at least I had an inkling of information of Blade before they had cast Mahershala Ali, and I knew that he was British. That's why when this came out, I was like, okay, yeah, then I'm imagining that it's gonna be more aligned with the comic books than the Wesley Snipes version.
Yeah. So, with that said, now that it's confirmed that was Mahershala Ali and his Blade,
it was confirmed by the director.
Yeah.
By Zhao.
Okay. The thing is, it's gonna be kind of like a huge nitpick. Why the fuck didn't they just show Blade? I don't get it.
Because at the moment that they filmed that scene, Mahershala Ali wasn't available. So they were like, hey, do me a favor. Send me a voice clip and be like, yo.
Zack Snyder made it work con Ezra Miller al otro lado del planeta Tierra for his sequence.
For the sake of 5 minutes in our lifetimes, not living under Zack Snyder's penis foreskin.
Pero si te
let's just say
we have the technology. Are you kidding me?
Let's just say that at the moment he wasn't available or didn't want to do it or he wasn't going to be inconvenienced to get in front of a blue screen.
Pero ¿por qué tener estas cosas, tener las half-ass? Eso es innecesario. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque yo pensé que la idea era, okay, fine, no van a ponerte Blade porque no tienen la ropa. But they've done this before where they have post-credit scenes and they don't have like the right attire and then they just retcon it para cuando salga la película proper de ellos. It could have just been in a normal trench coat y tener los Morpheus sunglasses y decir, I wouldn't do that if I were you, Jon Snow.
Do you want to know? Maybe that's not the version of Blade we're gonna get. Maybe this motherfucker. Maybe this guy is literally in jeans and a t-shirt. But they haven't decided on that yet.
Pero that's fine because it doesn't matter. Porque en la larga, de aquí a 5 años, que va a salir la película de aquí a 5 años, it doesn't matter. So, por eso que te digo que es tonto no haberlo enseñado. Porque it drew confusion al punto que la directora tenga que decir, pues, Mahershala Ali, guys. Como que if she has to say it, people didn't get it.
I think that they're going to save that. I really do. I think they just wanted to put the little seed there. I feel like we're probably going to get a look at him maybe during fucking Moon Knight.
Sure, and that's cool.
And
I think that's what they want to add.
Now with the
to
rumors
the TV show.
Now with the wild rumors that what's his face, Ethan Hawke might be playing Dracula.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. It's different when you do something in a movie. Okay, you almost have a guarantee that people are gonna go see it. Then when you release a TV show, you might want to put something in a show that's gonna pull a certain audience to want to see it. With the esperanza that okay, we might see.
Wow, this segment has been brought to you by Las Cafeterías de Puerto Rico.
Jesus.
Por el deporte del voce.
Pero imagínate este ejemplo, just for the sake of my argument. Imagínate que the first Avengers acabó, entonces we pull back from the planet and we hear Josh Brolin's voice diciendo, "Fine, I'll do it myself." Cut to black, and you're like, "Who the fuck was that?" And then tiene que salir Josh Whedon y decirte, pues ese era Thanos, pero como no sé cómo va a ser el concepto al final de Thanos, pues no quiso enseñarlo en esta película.
By the way, esa línea no es de esa película, pero
I know que no es de esa línea. He doesn't say a line, pero por the sake of my argument, tiene que escupir una línea. So, sí, lo dice en Ultron.
Exacto.
I get your opinion. I just feel.
Porque the actor's there. It's a 5-minute shot. You could have done it en cualquier estudio. Do you not think that Marvel doesn't have the money para ir literalmente a la casa de ese cabrón con un green screen detrás de él? Él sentado ahí con sus pijamas, entonces they freaking redo his old pijamas y que sí que le ponen fake CGI legs y le graban diciendo la línea. Come on, se puede.
Close up.
Sí,
I think if they didn't do it, it had to be on purpose. It had to be that they're holding on to that for something. For me, it would make sense.
Que va a ser un vampiro, como Morbius.
For me, it just makes sense. It makes sense to hold something on that for a TV show like Moon Knight, which a lot like Eternals.
Yeah,
is gonna be the first time we see a live action version. Yeah. So you might want to use something that's already a solidified IP like Blade, like a character people know, general audiences know Blade. Yeah. So you might want to save that from when you're promoting Moon Knight. Okay, this is the first time in, you don't know who the fuck this is, but hey, might get a glimpse of Blade, so tune in. Mm-hmm. That's how I see it happen. Okay. That's why I feel like that's why Eternals didn't make as much money as Black Widow, but it made more than Shang-Chi, was because Black Widow is not a sequel, but Black Widow's a character you already know. Venom is not the first Venom, it's a sequel. So people already know, especially Venom is a way huge character, like fucking gigantic. That's why I feel like Eternals, I think the sequel of Eternals is gonna make more than the first one.
If there is a sequel.
I think there's gonna
be a sequel.
I don't know.
I think there's gonna be a sequel. My question would be, and I think it would be a fucking travesty if Chloe Zhao doesn't direct it.
Yo no creo que va a haber secuela. My theory is que van a usar elementos de Eternals y lo van a integrar en otras películas.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I don't think que amerita una secuela porque you already divided half of the cast. Three of them are dead. Well, essentially 3 of them are dead.
But so there's more Eternals out there.
Sure, pero ya tú estableciste los Eternals para hacer la excusa para establecer los Celestials, which is the thing that they want to address, because isn't Galactus un Celestial? Or un Eternal?
Sure. I'm not sure.
He has to be one of those. He's a huge ass monster. So I'm assuming que es un
Celestial. Un Celestial obligado.
Por eso, pues yo creo que todo esto fue una excusa para establecer los Celestials.
Me pasa que yo creo que los Celestials no pueden intervenir con la humanidad. They need like Galactus. Y yo siento que Galactus va a ser como que fuck this shit.
Exacto, but he's gonna be the fucking shit guy.
Maybe Galactus is their fucking thing. They were gonna be judged. So maybe Galactus is the judge.
I think we're gonna get a sequel, and I think from what I'm coming, I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is gonna be the end of that trilogy. I don't think we're gonna get a Guardians of the Galaxy 4. Mm-hmm. I think what happens in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might affect the sequel of fucking, I was gonna say Elementals, of fucking Eternals, because Guardians of the Galaxy is the only thing that's the only thing that's like very like in space. That's fucking about cosmic. Yeah. So I feel like we're gonna end this, and then we're gonna continue with fucking Eternals. Because Eternals, I don't feel like they're gonna go back to Earth. It doesn't make no sense for them to go back to Earth.
Yeah,
they could just stay, deep space. Sooner or later, you know what I'm saying? There's characters that they're gonna have to fucking add to the MCU if we're going to Galactus. I mean, is fucking Eternals 2 not a perfect time to like get a glimpse of fucking Super Surfer?
Oh fuck
fucking
yeah.
Galactus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If we don't get it in fucking Guardians, which for like I said, for me, I think Guardians 3 is the end of that whole fucking franchise. This is the perfect time. We get a little bit of cosmic. Maybe you throw a seed of the Super Surfer, and then fucking Eternals 2, we get a view of who might be. If it's not Kang, then who might be the big bad of the next phase? Maybe it's Galactus. Maybe that's where we see him.
Mm-hmm. I dig it.
How do you feel now with this movie and the scale and everything? How do you feel about the theory that Mr. Stop Time Watch over there is the big bad of
Kang?
this? Yeah.
I feel like they could still go with Kang as the fucking...
Still. It said still, so that sounds like you were like a couple of months ago, he is the fucking villain of this fucking phase.
I feel like...
And not only this one, he's like Thanos level, the fucking beast. Like, I was like...
I feel like he could still be the villain of this phase and even the next phase. But I think as we go on, they might throw the seeds of fucking Galactus and save them for another phase. I still feel
bueno, pueden estar preparando para Galactus poco a poco.
I feel like what we've seen in Loki, what we're gonna see in Ant-Man, with how Jonathan Major as a fucking actor, as a star, he's rising up and up. He's getting more famous and more famous. I feel like we're gonna continue. I don't feel like Ant-Man is the last time we see.
No, yo creo que esto va a ser este phase va a ser multiverse, and then the other phase is gonna be cosmic, porque entonces va a ser Galactus. So you're gonna do the whole multiverse thing. Cuando te abujas de multiverse, let's just go literally into space. Y todo va a ser un estudio haciendo space thingies all the time, and we're never gonna be Earth.
So Kang,
I like that.
Bro, Kang could be phase 4 and phase 5.
Yeah, it could overlap, algo así. Después Galactus se lo come y dice, yummy, ahora soy el malo.
Yeah, because all three
yummy.
Fucking...
I'm eating him over and over and over again.
Exactly.
He's repeating himself.
The first 3 phases behind everything was Thanos. So that was 3 phases.
Oh my god! And you know what Galactus is? Galactus is, what is he called too? Is the fucking
Planet Eater?
No, he's the balance. He's the balance between eternity and death.
Yo creo que sí también, yeah.
Some shit like that. So like the whole thing about time and the Kang is eternal.
Yeah.
That's why I think if you do Kang, phase 4, 5, depending on how they envision the MCU going into the future, if you do Kang phase 4 and phase 5, it gives you at least 8 years to introduce the multiverse, to introduce Fantastic Four, the X-Men, all these characters, and then when you do get Galactus, then you have an event that's going to be bigger than Endgame. Because then you're going to be bringing out a lot.
I wanna blame you guys personally. Nothing that Marvel does related to time anymore really rings a bell with me. Like, it's mute, it's on deaf ears. And Deck is responsible, Orengo's responsible, and Liquid's responsible for that. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks, man.
Fuck all three of you guys, because you introduced me to a show called Rick and Morty. And
you're welcome.
Yes.
Nobody does time and multiverse better than that fucking show. Like, everything that MCU's done after watching that show, I'm like, yeah, they did it good, but whatever.
But does Rick and Morty have Spider-Man? No, cállate.
Pero puede ser que the concepts introduced in Rick and Morty are way deeper than a fucking guy in a spider costume.
Don't they have like some of the writers of Rick and Morty in estas películas? Because I'm pretty sure
they do actually.
They do. Por eso.
That shit felt mad disrespectful, son. Mad disrespectful.
Bro, some of the themes.
Some of it. A nigger in a suit.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Especially that came out of nowhere, since the Spider-Man we're talking about is white. But
I didn't mean to say anything as a black person. You know what I mean?
All right, wait. Pero again, you're racially injecting stuff into this conversation, not us.
Usted no le preocupa genuinamente, like, okay, estamos pompeados para Galactus, pero a ustedes no le preocupa la ejecución de cómo todos estos personajes van a pelear con una cosa tan grande y gigantesca. Como que genuinamente, like, in terms of, like, scenes, por decirlo así, es como que, ¿cómo van a pelear con esta cosa? El clásico de meterse por dentro y explotarlo por dentro.
No. ¿Tú no has jugado Shadow Colossus?
Bro, por eso.
Literalmente vas a tener Thor. Literalmente vas a tener Thor arrancando Galactus por un piquito arriba, dándole con un martillo. Ahí,
Exacto.
Por eso que Galactus va a hacer así. Y va a hacer así y saca un cojón de héroes de cantazo.
De que, if I could beat him in Marvel Infinite Universe, if I could beat him in the video game in a fist fight, then you can beat him on the big screen.
Se puede. Se busca una forma.
Hey, you're all writer. Be creative.
Exacto.
Didn't Chris Evans and Jessica Alba already beat Galactus?
Bro, no hablemos de eso.
Chicos, no hablemos de eso. Porque why do you have to why?
Acaben el podcast. Se acabó.
Technically, they never even met him. They never even met him to begin with. Bro.
Se acabó.
Never got there.
He got eliminated, bro. He got eliminated in one movie. In one shot.
Yep. Explosión. Así mismo, full.
I was like, yo, Sully had the balls to actually. I was like, holy shit, bro! Executive decision. I was like, damn. Not even I would do some shit like that. It was just like, everybody, shut the fuck
That's
up.
It. Se acabó.
And podcast.
Ay, Dios.
Oh,
Nice.
Anyway, I guess.
Final thoughts entonces, The Eternals. Final thoughts.
I will see it again.
Okay. Cool.
I would see it again. I really liked it. I thought it was something new, and everybody who has a different opinion is wrong. All right. So.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
No, seriously, I enjoyed this movie thoroughly. Like, I appreciated the fact that they got that's somebody driving to the theater to go see it.
Bien cabrón después de ver el podcast.
I appreciated the fact that while they didn't go super deep on certain subjects, they sprinkled it in and they tried. Like, come on, merit where merit se merece. They could have not done any of that shit, and we could have got the same cookie cutter bullshit.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
We were literally
talking about the last podcast. Yeah. So
I
I appreciate it for what it's worth. And we'll see. You know, if we ever see these characters again, I would personally like to see these characters again. But we'll see what happens.
I want to see the second part. I enjoyed the movie.
Money dictates, right?
Exactly. I feel like if this movie is in any way a success for Marvel, this could open the doors to maybe playing with the formula.
I thought you were gonna be like, this could open the door to bring in Jesus.
No.
Into
I feel like what you call it. I said, I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of themes in it that you have to know going in. It's a Marvel movie, so you're not gonna get. You're gonna get something.
McDonald's, mi gente. Miren esto, vamos para McDonald's.
I already got like 3. You're gonna what you call it. You're not gonna get some like okay, that's great that you showed that. Marvel is McDonald's. This is probably the best burger that you're gonna get from McDonald's.
Beautiful.
This is the Wagyu Big Mac.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
El gourmet, hay unos gourmet burgers que dan en McDonald's.
Sí.
But this is the gourmet line. This is the gourmet line.
Sí, te vas a la línea del más café.
There you go. Go. This is the gourmet with the frappuccino, son.
Can a grown up like pedir un Happy Meal?
Sí, tú puedes, de hecho.
Just say it's for your kids, bro.
So this is for kids. That's what I do.
Since I guess none of these plebs have exposed themselves to BurgerFi, I'm gonna say this is a BurgerFi.
El punto es McDonald's, que Orengo se venda por un Big Mac, pues estamos we're sold to this podcast. So,
por favor. O Burger King, el que quieran primero, en verdad.
Sí, cualquiera de los dos para hacer la competencia.
Give us money.
Orengo, what did you think? What was your final thoughts?
I liked it. Es ballsy los temas que toca. Yo creo que están interesantes y la gente genuinamente les gustó, por lo que tengo entendido. La mayoría de la gente está como que, don't follow the critics, so that means that they enjoyed it. Yo creo que if you slap a label de Marvel, people will eat it up, and that's good and bad, porque entonces por lo menos they open up to these other ideas. Pero lo malo es que they just get stuck with these ideas. So, lo único malo de todo esto es que entonces propaga la cosa de que la audiencia solo va a poder digerir conceptos así, más elevados, or slightly more elevated, porque están behind este confinement donde ellos sí están dispuestos a ver. But they're never going to be looking outwards para estas cosas, which is the only shitty thing about all these things. Pero por lo menos están expuestos. Yo aprecio el mérito de que por lo menos hay un intento, porque they could have gone the easy route. This could have been un Guardians of the Galaxy. This could have been a team-up movie in a basic sense. Y hubiera sido functionally the same, and people would have enjoyed it, would have made a shit ton of money, pero por lo menos al haber tocado estos temas, pues at the very least you're giving something more to the audience que generalmente en este tipo de cosas no hubieran consumido.
Exactly. That's very good. It's like you know what it is? It's like when you take a child and you need to feed them vegetables. You need to put the vegetables behind something that tastes really good, so you can sneak it in little by little. Why you fucking looking at me like that? The fuck?
Yeah.
No,
so in other words, you took a little piece of broccoli and you smothered it in caramel.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, bro. Yeah. You got to slap. Marvel is Marvel. You slap Marvel on it, so you're expecting something. But I feel like we did get. I felt like we did get something special in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like there was something there that, like I said, if it goes good, I feel like that box that gets closed when you say Marvel can start maybe opening up a little bit more.
I got 2 questions before we close out. Go ahead, Deca.
Yeah.
No, I really enjoyed it. Ya la otra episodio el miércoles si quieres pues buscar el video en YouTube y ya.
The question is legitly.
Yes.
Did you like the movie legitly?
Legitly?
Did you like the movie?
Legitly go fuck yourself.
Legitimate.
Last 2 questions of the day before we leave or whatever.
Liquid.
Oh, God damn it. What I keep skipping you, Liquid? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, porque lo dije al principio that I fucking liked it. La
Exacto, ya lo dije al principio. Que ahí se la jodía boca.
Yo avancé.
He's mad. He was like, you wasn't here. You was having burgers without us. He was like, fuck that. Skipping this.
That's a topic for Wednesday. Go
No,
ahead.
I enjoyed it. I concur with everything. Bueno, I ate the burger this morning, so yes. Nada, me gustó y concurrió con varias de las cosas que ustedes también están diciendo. So, para hacerlo bien sencillo, la vería de nuevo. No creo que la vaya a comprar en DVD. No creo que sea como que de tanta importancia ahora mismo en mi mente, porque lo más que me importa es Spider-Man en estos momentos. So.
That's fair.
So, yeah. Ahora mismo, pues, chévere. Introducción a personajes nuevos que maybe veamos de aquí a 5 años más.
Yeah.
Es la misma mierda. So, yeah.
Cool.
So with that said, last 2 questions, and let's keep it super short because I know we're running on time. How much more, and I think we touched this one time, right, Deca? How much more story is there to tell? Like, what's the final fucking thing? Like, how many more years of this story are we gonna keep on telling?
12. Probably
Do you
more.
think?
Probably a little bit more. 12, yeah.
12 years.
So.
Wow, that's a lot of your lives.
I think we're probably gonna get maybe a little more than 12.
Yo siento que voy a llevar 25 años con esta mierda.
Because,
y digo mierda in a good way.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't want to work for Disney. Okay.
So how many years? How many franchises been, years and years and years? Maybe they take a break. But Star Wars been since the 70s. The James Bond.
Yeah, but the problem I'm talking about is that Star Wars takes these long lapses of time.
Okay, but there's
nosotros tenemos que estar. Ellos tienen que estar introduciendo personajes nuevos y relevantes y tratar de sacar como que la historia de los cómics y hacer lo que, ¿sabes? Como que a veces recoger un poquito del zafacón y hacer lo que les da la gana para nosotros comérnoslo al final del día.
Por eso. Deberían cogerse como una vacacioncita de como 1 año o 2 por lo menos.
Didn't the pandemic do that?
Sí, pero fue forzado.
Okay.
No fue una vacación que ellos dijeron, ¿tú sabes qué? Vamos a...
Sí, como que vamos a coger regalías, vamos a sentarnos a coger regalías. Ellos todavía no están en esa mentalidad.
Eso va a estar bien difícil considerando todos los shows que vienen en Disney Plus y todo eso.
Por eso digo de que...
My fear is that these characters are not, they're not what I call scraping the bottom barrel, but they're deep cuts. These characters are fucking deep cuts. They did a good job of making us like these characters, but let's be honest, this shit isn't on a majority of people's top 10 list of superheroes or stories they love. Very few people
knew who they were or actually liked these guys. They did the same thing, kind of what they did with the Guardians. My thing is the point where I'm gonna be really impressed if from here to 25 years, like Deca says, they still have characters to reach out for, because Marvel hasn't invented a character in a long time that's like hit home. You know what I'm saying? Like America Chavez is like a fresh baby. America Chavez is like a baby in terms of like. Exacto. That's my point. Yeah. There's gonna be like in my head, where is it gonna reach the point where they have no more characters to like reach from and tell compelling stories, because you've literally told the most compelling stories from the most compelling characters. Like, I don't want to. Do you know who Puck is? Do you guys know who Puck is? Nope. From Alpha Flight? He's this little fucking dude that dressed up and looks basically like a hockey puck. They wanted to use him in Wolverine. When we get to that guy, I'm gonna be like, you guys are jumping the fucking shark here. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, and 25 years of you would have to be using the same characters over and over and over again. Like,
I mean, we're not gonna be using Iron Man. Captain America already has somebody else taking the mantle. I mean, there's ways to do it. That's what I'm saying. Ironheart is coming. There's ways for them to continue. Now, would we specifically be as big fans of it in fucking 12 years? Maybe not. I mean,
yo te voy a ser bien honesto. Esto viene from an honest place.
Legitly.
Fuck you. Mira, esto viene de un honest place. Ya yo creo que cuando pasó Endgame, para mí, o sea, yo lo veo como finalidad. Ya esto es para mí un extra. Esto es como un end credit scene corriendo todavía. O sea, 10 años más de esto.
The fatigue is setting in.
It is setting in. Lo digo bien honesto.
But that's for us. The fatigue already set in for a lot of people. If you compare how we was when Fast and Furious first came out to the last one, I've seen all of them. I haven't even seen the last one.
Yeah, all right, I'm done. You compared it to the fucking. You always have to go back there, bro. Like, honestly. This is Miguel Rio signing out. It's been a good time. Gotta go.
It's something that you remember how big of a fan we were when the first one came out compared to I didn't even see the last one. So I'm already I don't even want. I'm not interested in the universe, but they made what $700 million or some shit, $600 million. Like, there's still an audience for that. We might age out, but there will be an audience for it. There will always be an audience for it. That's the thing. Like,
se encuentra con los Transformers y los Decepticons, but I don't know how
I was like, you know what? You know what? Bro,
va a llegar un momento que este meme va a ser real si seguimos así.
Como que, you know what?
Bro,
Jesus.
That's indoctrination. I don't agree with that. I was like, I think like literally like when Fortnite the movie comes out, everybody will just forget about this. When we have Spider-Man fighting against like Batman or something in that movie, then I guess we're done.
Yeah, bro, let's go. We're done.
That's what I'm saying. We might be done because we might age out of it. There might be a time where it's just like, yo, we're not interested in anymore. But my father didn't give a lot of fucks about Iron Man when it fucking came out either.
All right. Well, last question, and I'm done with this one. This is the last one. Was this movie? No, it was 2 questions. Is this what would it take for this movie? Is this movie? It's already at 70 something. What's this? Is it a success?
It's 160 right now.
No, 70 domestic.
Stop cheating. Stop the fucking cheating and overblowing the numbers. Domestic is what we really care about. We don't care about those people over in Europe. Who's that? What's that? International cinema? That doesn't count here.
That doesn't count here.
Exactly.
Bro,
domestically.
What the fuck you made? Black Panther made $1 billion in just America?
My point is, domestically, for it to be a domestic success, what would this movie have to make? Like, because if the critics are,
we already said it. Okay, ya lo habíamos dicho el miércoles que dijimos, ¿cuánto tú esperas que haga por lo menos en su primer fin de semana? Casi siempre nosotros cuando estamos hablando de primer fin de semana siempre miramos el domestic. So, yo dije 70 a 90 porque podía, no importaba la opinión de los críticos, o sea, si ya era fresh o no fresh, eran chavo. It's money.
You also
Pero-
cheated because that was a big ass gap, but I'll allow it.
No, pero por eso mismo lo digo. Yo dije 70 a
You're like, it's gonna
80,
make from 70 to
90.
100,000, somewhere around there. So 100 million.
That's high, bro. Like,
Pero yo solamente lo dije por Venom, porque Venom hizo más que Shang-Chi.
But
Por
my
eso
thing
fue que lo
is-
dije.
okay. My thing with this is what I'm trying to get at is, let's say, okay, for the sequel's sake, in order for us to revisit these characters again, what would it have to take to consider this a success?
Lo mismo que Shang-Chi, 70 y pico.
Yeah, I think for us to get a part 2, for it to be like, yeah, we gotta greenlit this shit, I think it has to make globally, I think it would have to get at least to like 400, because they are gonna still take into consideration that this is not a sequel. This is the first time that they had their movie, and we're kind of still in fucking pandemic times. So I feel like if you take that into consideration, I think if it gets to 3 to 4 like that, I think that we're gonna see a sequel. How much did Dune make?
It's too low, porque lo que pasa es, yo sé que hay pandemia para considerar.
People are going to the theaters.
People are going to the theaters y todo eso está cool, pero ya yo creo que Disney is just counting todas estas películas que han salido con la excepción de Spider-Man as losses. Like, Shang-Chi hizo número, but they're not doing the numbers that they need to do porque esas películas están demasiado infladas en costo. So, 300 millones es una mierda porque The Eternals costó fácilmente de 150 a 200 millones fácil. Silly can look it up, pero literalmente seguro que
Shang-Chi made 363.4.
Y mira eso, and that is
Okay,
a
okay,
flop.
okay.
In normal circumstances, that is a flop. Even in pandemic times, it is also a flop porque hay películas que pasaron eso por el juego hace tiempo.
Okay, so.
But like, how many movies?
Hombre,
past that? Dale, no sé.
Dale.
Shang-Chi, Dune hizo 69.4 millones en box office doméstico, hasta donde supe.
Okay.
Para buscarte cuánto fue el budget de Eternals, fue 200.
Imagínate.
200
Y eso sin
millones.
contar marketing, acuérdate, because marketing is a thing.
Sí, exacto. Eso sin contar marketing, hasta donde sé,
Marketing's a thing,
globalmente,
and then you wonder why you only got one trailer.
pero globalmente,
Like 50% of the budget.
globalmente ha hecho 161 puntos, yo no sé qué, so they're getting their money's worth, casi, ¿sabes? Menos 40 millones por más o menos, de 40 pero like they're gonna get their money's worth. Lo que necesitaría es como que el kickback del resto.
Usualmente,
You gotta remember,
yeah.
you gotta remember, when it comes to these movies in specific, the box office is very important. But they're gonna make a lot of things related to the movie, toys, fucking party things. Like they're gonna make a lot of movie of the IP of the Eternals.
Ah, sí, eso,
How many movies in the 2 years that we've been in this pandemic have actually passed like 500 million?
So, en la pandemia, Fast 9, y creo que la segunda fue Venom is almost there.
Venom is at 4 or something right now.
Exacto, Venom is very close to passing the 500 million gap. Yo sé que Fast la pasó por el juego hace tiempo. I think No Time to Die because of international numbers, yo creo que también está cerca. But those are basically the only 3 films.
Pero
que te digo que después va a llegar Spider-Man y te va a demostrar que como Spider-Man va a ser 500 millones fácil. Eso va a ser fácil.
But again, Spider-Man is on the level of Endgame.
Claro, esa es la
We're
cosa.
So we're talking about in 2 years, there's only been like 3 to 4 movies.
Of
so they
course.
have to take that, into consideration.
And they do, pero they're gonna take it as a loss y van a seguir con eso. Pero también eso es consideración de que sí, es como que they're willing to take that loss, but eventually they won't be able to take that loss. So, si eso sigue pasando even into next year,
like,
it's going to become an issue. Like, yo no veo un Shang-Chi 2 pasando.
Con 427 millones en box office, como tal, no la ves pasando como quiera.
No, porque si la película, yo sé que ese budget era menor, era 140 y pico.
No, yo estoy hablando, ahora mismo estoy en el Box Office Mojo,
sí,
porque
yes.
pues es facts. So el worldwide gross is 427 million.
Ese es Shang-Chi, right?
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
Pero sí, yo estoy considerando el budget. So el budget, okay, so when you start to go equal, de que no hubo un loss, tienes que hacer 3 veces el budget considerando el marketing. So, si tú haces 140, que eso más o menos creo que fue el budget de Shang-Chi, porque Shang-Chi es más bajito que otras películas, y le añades el 50% de 75 more, so it's 200. So it will need to do at least 600 para que se vayan en negative. Como negative no, en neutral. When you start plusing es cuando ya pasas el 3 times X number. Y la cosa es, lo digo, y es así exagerado porque en International Waters el estudio solo sigue un 40% de cada taquilla sold. En el domestic creo que era either a 50 split or a 60-40 split. They take a little bit more in domestic, but international y en China it's like 25% of the tickets.
Sí. Pero just in case el budget era 150 millones.
Thank you. Pues there you go. Yo sé que era mucho más bajito que otros.
Sí, dice supuestamente que era de 150 a 200, pero hay muchas personas acordando en el número 150.
Y me lo creo.
So,
I'm gonna go on the line now, and I'm gonna say, I think not only are we gonna get a Shang-Chi 2, I also think we're gonna get a Disney Plus show related to that Shang-Chi universe.
Okay. Vamos allá. Yo te creo el Shang-Chi show. Full.
Sí.
Te lo veo porque they need content.
I don't know about the Shang-Chi 2, at least not right away, but I believe the show will get it. The show will definitely get it.
I think, watch, I believe that Shang-Chi, because Shang-Chi, without Shang-Chi, there's no
show about the 10 rings on Chinese New Year. Boom!
There's no Venom.
Representation, baby!
There's no that success that Venom got doesn't happen without Shang-Chi. With Double Shang-Chi was like the first one that they put out. Like, let's test the waters. They see what they could do. After that, people started getting more comfortable going to the movie theater.
I still keep on saying people went to go see Shang-Chi because the fucking narrative everywhere on the internet was the future movies depend. Future Marvel movies and all the other shit depend on how good this movie does in the box office. If not, if this movie bombs, everything goes back to the fucking of lockdown. Everything goes back
domestic.
To
domestic
exacto. Ahora mismo acabo de enviar el link para matar esto. La película número 1 en Domestic Office es Shang-Chi.
Yep, es Shang-Chi ahora mismo.
I'm telling you today, remember, Shang-Chi is going to get a sequel and it's going to get a Disney Plus. Mark my words.
Yeah. Vamos allá. Nostradamus over here.
Remember who got that 70? Remember who got that 70 the first time?
I did.
Exacto, gracias.
So.
Mira aquí este diminishing the female voice is happening right now. Okay, cool.
Daddy feeds the marketing machine.
You already know, bro. You already know. Baby, they can't see you. The camera's up there.
Oh, and now she was like, they can see me now.
Beautiful.
Deke, if you wanna take us out.
What's happening?
Overlay, take off the overlay.
El overlay, el problema no es nuestras camaritas, it's the overlay.
They pressed the button over here.
Yeah, they did. There we go, StreamYard. It is sponsored by StreamYard. Yes.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Fix this shit before we leave.
I'm Orengo. Hold on. Oh, fuck. All right.
Yay.
All right, everybody. So, yeah, before we go.
Thing, but I don't have anything. Like the little.
Yeah. Before we go, you already know you can find me, Lex, on XV and Richport on all major social media websites. Next time we'll see you guys is Wednesday. Orengo, go ahead.
Yeah, you can find me here with you guys in After School Club and also in Cine Nerds. También vengo a seguir en The Movie Guy, que este martes también vamos a estar hablando de The Eternals, so I'm going to do this whole spiel over again. Te me adelantaste, pero okay, cool. El lunes, though, in Cinemas Podcast, I'm going to talk about high art, because it's what I do. Talk about 2 movies, de Julia Ducoudou, and I butchered her name because I forgot her apellido. We're going to be talking about Titán and Raw, con Experimento Lúdico, que es un colectivo de cineastas del oeste. You can also find me in Subtitles Required, que ya mismo John va a traer el episodio de Roma. And you can just find me wherever I appear, porque yo soy como un mendigo, so I just go to different podcasts.
Yeah. All right, Deke, you go.
Deke, you go. There you go.
Nick, mute your mic, Nick.
Deke left. So, Migs, where can the people find you, man?
You can find me at X3 and Bridgeport, where much like the movies we criticize, we all have strong beliefs and fight over everything. So, like, you know.
Amen.
Best thing, bro. Best thing.
I'm trying to relate it, damn it. That's my whole spiel. I relate where you could find me to the. Just you know what? Just end the fucking credits, bro. I'm over today.
Sally, what are you doing, man?
Sally, bro.
Sally had enough mic time for fucking 3 ages already. Let's fucking move on thing.
Sally, before we go, let everybody know about the sale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have a sale on liquid-nebula.com. That is our website where we have our specially handmade RPG dice. So we're gonna have a sale el 12 de noviembre en Instagram, en los Instagram stores. It's going to be a rock collection. They're not gonna be sanded or polished, pero they're gonna be like super beautiful. I kid you not, porque salen buenos. Y ahora mismo voy a poner a todo lo que tengo en el website porque vamos a hacer un clearance bien cabrón para el año que viene. Voy a poner todo a 50% de descuento. So get your fucking dice. Y voy a volver a Twitch en estos días, la semana que viene, porque ya recogí todo en mi escritorio, whatever, y necesito pintar esta pendeja.
Yes. Awesome. And that's the Baba
Yaga. Baba Yaga. Yeah, I need to finish it. So, bueno, no finish it, sino como que necesito avanzar con ella. Pero ya, me pueden conseguir en Liquid Nebula en Twitch, everywhere else, Instagram, TikTok. So yeah. Pero liquid-nebula.com is our website, so you can get some dice. 50% off, get your dice, they're handmade, and you're gonna pay my bills. You can actually say, oh, I am paying your bills. So for that.
Support your local artists, everybody.
Yes.
For sure. Love from the
beyond.
Okay,
that was okay.
You could have gave us love personally, but all right. You just
never
mind.
I gotta go.
All right, everybody. So it's deuces. We see you guys in the middle of the week, Wednesday at 8.